Standing by.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Complete.
And thus, the multi-dimensional portal is open. Konnichigen! That's the wrong screen. Konnichigen! It's your favorite superstar, the multi-dimensional Tajigen Kaiden, a sentient star cluster in VTuber idol form for your entertainment. So, the week actually begins today. Yesterday we were meant to begin with Rocket League, but unfortunately things happened, so I couldn't have the stream yesterday. But here we are again today. Man, I've been absent for, after a week of like 6 days of streaming in a row, 3 days of not streaming, it feels like I've been away for a while now. Which is really funny for me to say, Given that like I've had long periods of absence in my content creation career and all that. Of course, I always hope I never have to be in such a situation again. But even with that, it still feels like it's been a minute. But here we are again, ready to begin, ready to continue, I should say, punching our way through Middle-earth. Punching, jabbing, uppercutting as the brawler dwarf superstar. How's everybody doing though? Happy Thursday, I hope your week so far has been well. It's already Thursday, as some people call it, pre-Friday. So yeah, tomorrow, Final Fantasy Friday, back to the usual stuff. We'll be continuing things in Limsa Lominsa. And then we are going to do the Genshin Impact stream we couldn't do. Because, well, the game was having issues at first, but then we were sort of sorting them out. Still need to do some tests, actually. I think I'm actually gonna log in fully to the game just to see how things run, but yeah. Just, there was a blackout, and we ended last week in that way. In a blackout like that. It was a tough decision to make, so... It was a tough decision to make to just cancel the rest of the stream. But I still want to have that Genshin stream, like I do owe you that Genshin stream because it was voted, so... We should have it on Saturday. I was going to have it on Wednesday, actually, yesterday. But, well, good thing that I didn't do that now, but I figure Saturday is better because it may allow Arurin to be here, maybe Bob. They were the two that voted for that the most. So, it would make sense to give more people the possibility to be able to catch the stream, I think, rather than doing it on, like, Wednesday, a weekday like that. But yeah, we will continue on with LOTRO today. What have you all been up to in the dimensions you traveled to, whether they're LOTRO, FF14 or others? Myself, I haven't done much in terms of video games. I have not gone to LOTRO nor FF14. I did do a little bit of Gold Saucer the other day. I bought like a ticket. That's pretty much it though. I haven't logged into Fortnite. I have not logged into Fall Guys to do things. I am going to say this though, I have been playing a little bit of Super Mario Bros. Off the stream. Classic Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World on the Switch Online SNES thingy. I don't know what got over me, but I just started doing it and I recently completed Super Mario World. I rewind though, which is like save stating. I rewind whenever whenever the fuck I want to just to clear the level. But now I have cleared everything in Super Mario World, so that's great. Now I'm doing like a replay of the levels in general, but it's been nice. So I guess that's taking the bulk of my gaming time off stream. However, the biggest thing I've been doing right now is working on the next vocal cover, the next cover. And well, I've already teased a little bit what it's gonna be. I'm not gonna say anymore, but I'm excited with the way it's turning out. It's the sort of thing in which I had to use harmonies, and I'm still working on how to do that better, but well, all my audio mixing is done in Audacity, and I'm hoping to improve with that. My dear Bellon, how am I? I'm doing great! It's great to see you! It's been a while, but I'm glad to see you here. How's your Thursday going? Just talking about the things we've been up to. What have you been up to? Have you been in Middle-earth recently, Bellon, or done anything else? So far, so good? Okay. Oh, yes, I got mate again. I got yerba mate again, everyone. I'm not drinking tea today. I'm drinking mate, and it's been a while, and mate always energizes me well. You know, that little energy drink experiment I've been doing hasn't been turning out good results, but now this is a lot better. So I'm drinking some mate right now. I missed it. Non-stop, but as usual, I work a lot. I hope it's good work, though, and I hope things are going well. As long as the work brings good things to you, whether they're income or fulfillment or both, right? Or experience. I forget that that's a thing too. Yeah. But I'm hoping to get better at audio mixing. Maybe with other programs. There's a couple I'm considering. But well, I have to really make the right choice because they're not exactly cheap to get. But that's another story. I guess I can't hit on Kaiden and be inappropriate now that Mist is here. Just because he has the Emerald Sword. Not sure if you're saying it for that reason, but just because he has the Emerald Sword doesn't mean you can't. You're fine. You're fine, Bellon. You absolute maniac. What was the... Reminds me of that meme from Fairly Odd Parents. I was about to say, hey, compliment me away. Tell me I'm pretty. That's the one. A scene from Fairly Odd Parents. Trixie, what, right? Or... yeah, I think it's Trixie. The super popular girl that Timmy always pursues. And I like her because I think she has like purple as her color scheme, but yeah. Tell me I'm pretty. I can't do a super high pitch voice. Like the noise suppression is not gonna catch my voice anymore if I do that. Anyway. I've also been getting back into tabletop games. I'm going to begin a D&D campaign soon-ish. We're just finalizing the details with other VTubers. I'm hoping it will be streamed, but I'm not sure if it will be. Regardless, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And when everything is actually happening, I'll talk to you more about that. It has a very fun premise that I wasn't expecting to get in, like, my next D&D campaign, but I would thrive in such an environment. And I'm hoping to also get into a Vampire the Masquerade campaign. That one will probably not be streamed, but I still want to seriously insist on going into Vampire the Masquerade because I've gotten back into it in full force like I haven't in a while because I picked up LA by Night again. But yeah, that's another story. Hey, on that token, I think it's only a matter of time, much like Rocket League, that we also check out Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. Purple, the color of royalty indeed. Been a while, how am I, Kaiden? How am I still going to Japan? How are things on that front? Oh, and I remember I still owe you a few books. What? Wait, what are you talking about? I'll answer your other question in a moment, but first you gotta answer me. What books? What are you talking about? I forgot what you meant there, Bellon. Sorry. What do you mean you owe me some books? Nani? Well, as for going to Japan, not quite happening anytime soon, sadly. You promised me a year ago you were going to buy me some books? I don't remember that. Huh? Nani? What kind of books? Japanese learning books? Novels? What? Fantasy novels? Maybe you can buy me a Dungeons and Dragons book. Nah, just kidding, just kidding. Don't buy me that. Don't buy me that. I already have that. Yeah, because I was just talking about that. Yeah, going to Japan is not quite happening for now. I sort of put that aside a little bit to focus on my B2 and stuff, actually. Since I still want to invest in live 2D models and all that, and well, you know, other assets that are gonna be very expensive, I'm probably gonna spend money on that first before spending money on being in Japan for a while. Like, it's not just traveling to Japan, it's staying in Japan for a while. No less than 6 months at least. Preferably a year. But since I'm very serious about continuing to live stream and create covers, create videos and stuff like that, it would be really difficult to get the right housing in Japan. Like, walls are very thin over there, and you gotta get the right place to be able to do live streaming like the way I do, I think. I might have to also invest in a laptop for that reason, because transporting like a whole desktop PC to another country may not be a good idea. Lots of live streamers do this in a laptop, and they can do that. I even know some streamers that when they do their karaoke streams, they actually go somewhere else, like one of those karaoke places and they actually stream it from there because they won't be able to do such singing in their house. Hey, you know, life has many doors, boy. Some doors open, some doors close. So figuring out the logistics for that. I mean, before I even do that, I gotta get the money for that, and it's like a lot of freaking money. A lot of freaking money that I won't be getting anytime soon, I think. Oh, this is one of my favorite songs. This is called Mime Dance from Stream Beats Chip Tunes from Senpai Gaming. Just so you know. You should show your face, you're such a cutie. That will help build your following. Bellon, what do you think I'm doing right now, eh? What do you mean I'm not showing my face? Do you want to look into my eyes deeper to see that this is truly my face? That truly reflects the beauty and the madness of the cosmos, you absolute maniac? Look into my eyes, damn it, and be convinced that this is very much my face. I'm so much cuter than that. Nandato? What are you talking about? Get used to this face, because it's the face you'll see now. Actually, hey, hashtag only the OGs remember. Hey, I like that, Mist. I like that. You are OGs in that sense. You are OGs. You were there for the live-action prequel. That's what I call it now. That's what I call it now. That is the live-action prequel. But, well, the face may change when I get my Live 2D avatar. But, yeah, when I become Live 2D and all that. Yeah, I think it's fair to say that Live 2D is what I'm striving for. And maybe after that 3D again, but not in Vroid form necessarily. Or maybe still in Vroid form, I don't know. But I digress. Although there's also variations of this face, or rather the color of the hair and also the color of the outfit. All the different palette swaps. We have 8 different palette swaps right now. Some of them only change the color of the outfit. Some of them change both the color and the hair. The default hair color is purple. A story, why did I switch? Well, to put a long story short, Bellon, I feel like the best manifestation of my true self is through VTubing, through the virtual dimension, and the one that helps me achieve my highest potential in all sorts of spheres, in all sorts of dimensions. My highest potential as an entertainer, as an influencer, if you will, as a person, maybe even as a gamer, as a singer, as a content creator. And again, yeah, it's very personally fulfilling. Truly, what you're seeing right here is the best reflection of myself, at least with the resources I have. There are limitations in what I can do in Vroid because of the assets that are available to me online and on Vroid Studio itself. Again, Live 2D, I'll try to, you know, communicate with the artists. Maybe one artist or multiple artists. The rigger maybe, as to what I want. I already have some ideas, but yeah. That is very deep, and it's true. It's true. You know, I can get very deep about the topics I talk about, Bellon. We were talking about you being an OG. You know, I get very deep about these things. Hey, let's go deeper into Arid Lewin. Let's launch the game right now. Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot to open the launcher recently, so there may be an update or something, but yeah. But yeah, you know that, Bellon. Oh, the further adventures of Aladdin and Elro here. I forgot about that, yeah. Like, this is also lower level content, right? I should probably look into this right now. What is going on? And yeah, it's downloading a little bit, but it's not a lot. It's not a lot. I think there's a big update? Oh, I take back what I said. Oh, no. What is going on? All these streams as of late have been like this. You're farming for the embers, the loot boxes. Wow. Okay, let's play the music again. I apologize, maniacs, but it's gonna turn into a little bit of a slideshow maybe, because it's downloading things. Well, I screwed up today. Hey, I've been good most of the time. Most of the time I have been opening things like with enough notice to prevent this from happening, but as long as it updates during the stream, okay. This is the same thing that happened on the last stream with Genshin Impact, though. Amazingly, the stream didn't lag. Right now it's applying 362 forward iterations, just so you know. Hashtag gambling is fine, just kidding, just kidding. Come on, Mist, come on. You know, loot boxes, those sorts of systems can be so much fun, but at the same time, you gotta be careful with them not to go overboard, not to get carried away. And I'm saying that from both a player perspective and a developer perspective. Hello, Bob! Glad you could make it. We are now waiting for the update for LOTRO because I forgot to open the launcher before the stream, so it's gonna be downloading the update now, so things may get a little bit laggy. Right here. FYI. I'm alive, yes. We ended the last stream on a blackout, for those who don't know. So things were a little bit dead, a little bit scuff right there. And speaking of scuff, okay, downloading file, 100 something out of 338 is like halfway through right now. The stream is not lagging, and thank you for the lurk from the shadows, Mist. Good luck with the loot box farming gambling. Yeah. Gets time to play FF14? No. It's doing the update right now. I see the stream is not lagging though. Just waiting for it. Is anybody playing that latest content actually? Actually, you know what we're gonna do? Yeah, I got you, Bob. You're joking, I know. Still fine though. Let me take a look at the information about the latest update and read about that while the game is updating. We can take a look at that. Supporter packs are a new way to pick up LOTRO points and get cosmetic titles and more. I need to read about this too. I saw that, but I wasn't sure what this was exactly, so... Let's see the release notes. So yeah, the further adventures of Eladan and Elro here. Okay, the update is finished. The update is actually finished right now. So let's first log into the game, and I'll have that be the background music for when we look at the update. Yeah, let's talk about that right now. But, well, what we're going to continue today is going to be the brawler stuff. Depending on what the update is, I may even be compelled to check out the new content. Again, I need to read into it. I am always so disconnected from the latest news in games. Yeah, I haven't played Fortnite in a little while now, and oh my god, like, that game has updates every fucking week, like, major updates every week, so, like, when you miss out a single week, you miss out on a lot. But I'll catch back up with it. Dragon Ball is coming to Fortnite, so that's gonna be a big deal. I feel like I'm gonna have to live stream it with the Dragon Ball stuff, especially because, well, remember how I mentioned I'm working on a vocal cover right now? It's actually more than one that I'm working on. The thing is, one of them is gonna be a full YouTube video. The others are going to be a little bit different than that. More like a TikTok, more like a YouTube short, but I'm still working on them. And so, I can already tell you one of them involves Dragon Ball. Actually, well, this will make sense when it finally gets released, and I'm hoping to time the release. With the Dragon Ball Fortnite release, but one or multiple of them, depending on how you see it, it's going to involve Dragon Ball. I'll let you just make a guess in your head as to what it is. I'll tell you this. I may have said this on stream before, so you may guess it. It's the theme song, basically, to my favorite saga in the entirety of Dragon Ball. By the way, you know that I'm a professional voice teacher. I didn't know that, Bellon. What type of voice teaching do you do? Because, you know, if you say something like that, you get my attention even more. I could really use professional voice services. I've been doing these exercises. I'm trying to make them every day, but I'm working to start the habit. Haven't quite started the habit yet, but this is more like singing. But Not sure if you meant it in that way. I've been looking at this channel called Madeline Harvey, and doing some vocal exercises. They've been good, but I still have like so much to work on. My voice, you know, my biggest pitfalls as a singer are the unhingedness, if you will. How unhinged my voice gets, not being able to fully control it. And my endurance, that's the bigger one. I have very low endurance, like after a few songs I'm already like spent and already like struggling. So that's a big one for me. And you teach all types. Is it in terms of singing, in terms of voice acting perhaps, or something else? You're watching some videos on the new packs. They look super cool as they are like what other MMOs like STO and F14 have, but I agree with a lot of the negative comments too. No point adding cool new content into a game that lacks wars with every update. Classical, opera, pop, Broadway, rock. Belon! Thank you for mentioning that to me, because since we're already familiar with each other, that would give me even more of a reason to hire your services, though only when I have the money, I would say. Only when I have the money. Not having it anytime soon. You know, not sure if I mentioned this before, but I did used to be part of a choir. A professional choir, though that doesn't mean that I'm a professional myself, because I was there for like a year at the most, and well, there was a lot that I didn't pick up. Maybe if I had been there longer, there would have been more I would have been able to do. I never did know how to read. I never did learn, actually, even though I was in that, to read music. You know, to read music sheets, whatever you call it. Do I have any singing clips? Well, you can take a look at the YouTube channel. I'll tell you this, Belen. I'll tell you this. I think right now, if you go into the YouTube channel immediately... Oh, really? Belen is awesome. He has taught me many things. Singing is not one of them, though. You troll. You absolute troll. You only do singing, or you do any voice acting as well, Belen? Yeah, that's a good question that Bob just asked also. Okay, so if you go into the YouTube channel, the first video that greets you should be a cover of Voice by Cloud, which is the first opening to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. It's about a minute long. And, well, actually, you know what? Why don't we just watch it on the bloody stream? Hold on. I'm going to mute the game music, or rather just decrease the master volume all the way down. We're gonna take a look at like we're gonna take a look at the Opera window anyway, so it's a good idea to see it there. Give me a second here, just showing the Opera window, so I show you the channel in a moment. The reason why I also want to take a look at that is because there's barely any mixing done in those vocals. Like, I'm very proud of them. But hey, if you spot any mistakes, spot them, and critique the fuck out of me. I can also, well, if we go for this any further, Bellon, I could send you some raw or just noise-reduced vocals of other covers I've done, or the ones I'm working on right now. There's definitely mistakes in a lot of them, but, well... it's also for you to maybe correct them. Now, the cover that immediately appears there... Kore desu. Is this one. Bam 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 bararam. 読まなくちゃいけな気になるよ。部屋の隅積まれたゲームソフト。やらなくちゃ意味がないのかな。手振りの向こうの君に喋りかけているのに、君は表情一つ変えてはくれない。こんなに近くに僕がいるのに届かない届かないこの想いを本当に大切なこと何かな。Well, there you are. So the reason why I point out this one in particular, besides being the one on like the splash screen of the page, if you will, is that a lot of really great stuff going on there. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Bellon. there's barely any mixing done. I mean, I'm not an expert at vocal mixing either. I just do it all in Audacity with my noob skills at it. I'm hoping to get better at it, but that's gonna take some time and money because of this. It implies getting the right programs. But yeah, literally the only thing I did was reduce the noise, take out the noise, take out the inhales, as I always do. And that's it. I didn't do anything else. I don't remember if I used a compressor, but I didn't do any reverb. I didn't do any echo. I didn't do any equalizing like I had done for some other vocal covers. Like, if you listen to this one, it's very obvious I've done some effects to it because of the way the original song was. Huge reverb on that one. Huge reverb on that one. And there's all the 38 Kamen Rider challenge. To answer your question, Bob, you haven't asked though because you're not really interested in singing? Okay. Thank you, Bellon. Well, this is originally a Japanese song. It's yes and no to answer your question, Bob. This one I did here. I did English and Spanish versions of this song. And I'm going to do something like that again. But they are songs that are originally in Japanese. Songs that are originally in English and or Spanish may come later. There are still some I'm considering. Some of them I've sung on karaoke streams in the past. From Star Trek, from Sonic the Hedgehog. So, yeah, there's that. Here you can definitely spot some mistakes in this one, just quickly. Just going through it quickly. Oh, and also, I'm very proud of this one because the lyrics in English to this, I did them myself. At least I use a translation, and then I changed the translation to fit not only the timing of the song, but also the phonetics of the original song. You know, for example, there's this part that goes, hold on. Ashita mo shikimi ga kowarete mo. I feel that all that I need now comes from your heaven. To make it sound very similar to the vowels and even the consonants that are used in the original song. Really using an artistic license there, but still retaining the essence of what the lyrics were originally. It took hours and hours of work to do it, but my God, like, did it feel fulfilling to do that? I need to do more of that, maybe. But yeah. You voted for heavy metal? Emerald Sword is one I may do. You know that song very well, Mist. But, I don't know, they're very tough on me. They're very tough on my voice. For the king, for the land, for the mountains. Like, that part is easy, but I will search for the emerald sword. Easy to do it now, but the more I do it, you know, the more the endurance goes down. Is it rooting into metal? I'd love to like talk about that with him. He's into fantasy and he's into metal. I would not be surprised if he's very aware of Rhapsody of Fire or Blind Guardian. Blind Guardian has done a whole Middle Earth album. Come on. Call my name, I can listen to a voice, the sadness and darkness. By the way, this is the oldest video on the channel. All around. My God, it was August 8, 2021. Nearly a year since this. Me, your pale skin. Sabaton, nice. It's the light that is sweet and brings enough energy as to dispel the gloom. Is it black or white now? I may never find that out. Or that I may know if this love is now too out of style. We spend our lives in the afternoon, tomorrow morning as well, for the dawn of a new day. I feel that all that I need now comes from your heaven. I'll never run from this place while you're here to carry on. That's all that we can do. We'll just smile forevermore. After this is the Spanish version, but hey, you want to see the rest of it? Go to the YouTube channel. I feel like maybe you spotted more mistakes there if you heard that, Bellon. But there you are. This is the earliest one I've done. Also the first time I ever like... Well, no, I'm lying about that. No, it wasn't the first time I ever mixed a song. In the live-action prequel, I also did 1 or 2 vocal covers. So there's that. One of them was remade, actually. The one of Black RX was also done in the live-action prequel days. And it sounded a lot worse on that first version. So I'm glad I redid it. And yeah. Yeah, that it's worth mentioning. It's worth mentioning. Let me put the music again from LOTRO. And let's take a look at this about the supporter packs. But well, again, if we go any further with that, Bellon, that's when we will talk more about that. But thank you for listening, if you did listen. 4 loot boxes so far, probably kill hundreds upon hundreds of hobgoblins, and you got 16 keys left. It's the grind, miss, it's the grind. It's the grind. Especially when you do it for something like loot boxes, it can be like that. It do be like that. Should definitely ask Karurin what he listens to sometime. Wish he was as open with his music taste as Kaiden is. Very easy to tell what Kaiden listens to. Well, yeah, you probably have a good idea that I listen to a lot of J-pop, J-rock, heavy metal, power metal. I really need to listen to more music though. And also chiptune music, synthwave music as you hear in the background here and there. So yeah. I love all sorts of music. There really isn't a type of music that I dislike, but I have some more than others. The type of music that I enjoy the most, if you ever want to give me recommendations, are those that use big choirs of people. It can be 5 people, it can be 500 people singing, as long as they're like all together like that. That's why I love jam projects so much. Avantasia has big like choirs in their choruses like that. Maybe some keyboard, some organ to it. It's like, it's honey to my ears. It's addicting. It's so fucking good. I live for that. Yeah, what about you, Mist? Usually different music, but you like fantasy and heavy metal like Sabaton. Haven't listened to enough of Sabaton, but I know who you're talking about. Sometimes I will listen to a sea shanty every now and then as well. Have you listened to the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag version of the sea shanties? I haven't done that in a while, actually. Sometimes I like having the sea shanties play in the background with background noise of a ship sailing at sea. But that's something that I got from Black Flag, not from anywhere else. It's like a specific version of that. Hey, September 19, we might do something. We might do something. Goodbye, fare ye well. Goodbye, fare ye well. Oh, don't just hear the old man say, hurrah, me boys, we're homeward bound. We're homeward bound to Liverpool town. Goodbye, fare ye well. Goodbye, fare ye well. That's my favorite sea shanty of all time. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. But let's not get carried away with that. Otherwise, there's never gonna be LOTRO gameplay today. First, yeah, we have to take a look at this. A new opportunity to purchase LOTRO points and get unique items. Our new Rivendell-themed supporter packs each come with bundles of LOTRO points in addition to new cosmetic items, titles, auras, portrait frames, and more. Auras? What are auras? Here's the list of bundles that are now available. Rivendell Simple Supporter Pack, 3,500 LOTRO points. Ceremonial Sword of Rivendell. Look at that! Look at that! Weapon Aura of Spirit's Passage Violet. Oh, I see. I see. Ooh, Violet Weapon Aura. I gotta get that. Title Patrician of Rivendell. And a simple Rivendell portrait frame. That's a good looking portrait frame. Okay. Rivendell Enhanced. 6,500 LOTRO points. Starling Cosmetic Bed. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Gallant of Rivendell. Enhanced Rivendell Portrait Frame, Ceremonial Garb of Rivendell, eh? Luxuriant Supporter Pack, Warmount Dressage, Supporter Frame, Exemplar of Rivendell, Honor Steed of Rivendell, okay? Oh yeah, and video game soundtracks. Yeah, there's a lot of fantastic video game soundtracks. Another thing that I love a lot is like, it's a very niche thing, I think, but dual mixes of video game soundtracks for like video game songs that have two versions for them, like maybe an 8-bit and a 16-bit version, or an OST and an AST version, that is original soundtrack and arranged soundtrack, because the arranged soundtrack does what the original game couldn't do because of the limitations of the time of the console that it was in, or the arcade version that it was in. King of Fighters has that a lot, Street Fighter has that a little bit, and it's just joy to the ears to hear the dual mixes of them. Maybe the Smash Bros. Remix of a song and the original song, they can be really fucking good. Dual mixes really fit into that category that is similar to what I was talking about big choirs like that. Konbanwa, Darnolf. For me, it's konnichiwa, or should I say konnichien. How are you doing, Darnolf? We're taking a look at a few LOTRO news, and do you have any opinions on the supporter packs right now? Or the Eladan Elrohir release? We're not gonna go into that right now. We're gonna just continue adventuring in ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟 with the brawler that we created recently. A dwarf, by the way. You'll be happy to know that we're playing with a dwarf again. Punching our way through ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟, jobbing, uppercutting goblins left and right, and also tower hand scoundrels. But yeah. And we're also talking about other things. Square Enix does a lot of dual mixes too, really. For example, I was hoping we would. Ooh, this has a dual thing. This has a dual mix. Okay, hey, this is not a video game, but it's worth listening to a little bit. Let's try not to get carried away because again, we're never gonna get to LOTRO at this rate. But let's see what we have here. Ah, I see what versions they used. Ah, this is so good! Kaiden getting carried away? That never happens. Hold on, gotta do something here in Opera quickly. But let me just hide that. What were you saying, Miss? Hold on. Horse Lords of the Norcrofts is my fave music piece from LOTRO ever. Probably haven't encountered that yet because I still haven't been to Rohan. Let me listen to this. Or well, sometimes these dual mixes are called mashups, but mashups can also be different things. In general, what kind of dual mix could I use that would really make you know what this is? It is in Rohan? I figured, based on the name. Dual mix. Oh, I think I know which dual mix you'll be able to tell. Well, this is a triple mix, actually. This is not a dual mix, this is a triple mix, but here we go. Listen to this noise. Listen to this. Oh yeah, where's that Fahrenheit guy? We have Castlevania. Well, now it's Final Fantasy. Let's go. Listen to this part though, listen to this part. Listen to this.
Set it off. Set it off.
Well, you can find that on YouTube. Just search One Winged Angel triple mix, alright? Are there any MMO dual mixes? Not sure if LOTRO would have one. I don't think so. Maybe FF14. Maybe. I'm pretty sure there's gotta be Final Fantasy dual mixes. Again, searching mashup may also give you what you're looking for, or rather what I'm looking for here. There's another Final Fantasy 7. The Ultimate One JPSX. I recommend this channel. They've done a lot of Persona, Final Fantasy, and other dual mixes a lot. There's some really nice Sonic the Hedgehog ones. Let me see. Like a Final Fantasy one. Another Final Fantasy dual mix. A recognizable battle theme there. Let's see if we can find it. Oh yeah, one with Kingdom Hearts there. Let's see. If we get mashup, I may... Yeah, when I search mashup, it gives me other results. I gotta listen to that lo-fi mega mix. That sounds really cool. Boing boing, what's up, Dapper? We're just taking a look at dual mixes instead of actually playing LOTRO or looking at the release notes. Like the anime of Castlevania starring none less but good old Thorin, Richard Armitage? Really? Richard Armitage is in the anime? I haven't seen it yet. And I figured that I'm going to watch it in Japanese, but you're giving me a good reason to watch it in English. Yeah, if you watch it in English, I feel it may be a similar vibe to Symphony of the Night, which is very famous for being in English, you know? What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs such a savior as you. The quote is not like that exactly, but yeah. Well, let me see. No, let me see. Let me see if I can find another one. Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, let's listen to this one. Let's see. From the original and the remake.
You know where the bastard's hiding, don't you?
Aha.
I told you before. That depends.
Oh yeah? You wasted my time.
Shinra's time, you mean?
Shinra knows better than to stick its nose in my boss's business.
The part speaking and knowing Nihon is not that big? But what do you mean though? I don't know. Is it in any different dubs? Don't tell me Richard speaks in Japanese. You're giving me even more of a reason to watch it if that is the case.
Like I give a shit.
Listen to that. Listen to that. Ooh, listen to it. It's so good. Huh? Ah, you watched the German and English dub. Okay. Yeah, one moment missed. One moment. I want to listen to this. I want to vibe. See, I'm getting carried away. But yeah, Super Mario Brothers, there was a great dual mix I heard recently. This one, when they do 8-bit dual mixing like this, listen to this. So good. That scene with the knife reminded you of Crocodile Dundee. It's so good. Injected in my veins. Just inject that sort of music in my veins. Like, are you kidding me? It's so good. Maybe we should have a whole stream just listening to dual mixes or something and reacting to them. I didn't think that could be a good stream, but maybe it can be. Video game remixes, maybe, right? You died because the stream distracted you. Good old beat music, those were the days. They are still those days, damn it. They are still those days, Darnolf. Okay. Let's get back to LOTRO. Hey, there's the channels there on Discord where you can share that. On the Discord server, the music heaven. So there you go. I do have a little playlist on YouTube that's private. Maybe I can make it unlisted and just like send it over to you. Damn you, music / kite and ultimate combo. There you go. It's an ultimate combo, all right. Yeah, thanks for the hype there, Dapper. Let's read a little bit about this ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟 thing. Soon after Frodo's rescue from the fort of Breenan, the scouts of Rivendell venture forth, seeking news on the enemy and his servants. Lord Elrond has given his sons Elladan and Elrohir a secret errand. Join the twins on their journey from Rivendell to the distant land of Lothlorien. Players can start further adventures by talking to Elrond in his library in Rivendell. Rewards can be exchanged with Celeblir outside the last homely house. So, what level is this? Update from the PvMP front? Oh, you can become a monster player after your main character reaches level 2? Okay. You can ride your character into the Ethermoors to level 20. Audacity is now essential for survival in the Ethermoors. As you reach level 140, you acquire more Audacity and get gear to better handle the fight. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So, given that this is taking place not long after the fort of Breenan, sorry if I'm saying it wrong, I'm guessing it's like level 20 something, level 30s perhaps, 40s. It's intriguing in that sense. You started as a hobbit recently thanks to me? Oh, Dapper, I'm glad I could inspire you for hobbity good things. Though the Elven Path looks fun too, I think they're all fun in their own way. But now we're gonna be a dwarf. We did recently have a lot of content with Machai, which was a lot of fun, and I may continue playing with her here and there. 50 plus, okay. I could do that stuff with Alterborn then. After we finish doing the things with the Brawler, we could have the Elladan Elrohir stuff with Alterborn. Or I could interrupt the Brawler stuff for next week, because, you know, we're already doing this for today's stream. It's already, like, planned to be that. I don't want to disrupt those plans, but, what do you think we should do, Maniacs? Should we check... Oh, wait. Do we have to purchase that content? I forgot about that. Maybe I should log in with a character and go to Rivendell and see what you have to do. Yeah, I probably have to purchase it. I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't know how many LOTRO points I even have. No purchase needed. Thank you. Thanks for the heads up, Mist. Okay. Let me remove some alerts and then... What is it that I even have to purchase at this point? I have Gundabad left for me, I think. Oh, just like the further adventures of Bilbo Baggins, right? I forgot about that. I never did check that out. Content, quest packs. Well, it does look like I need to purchase it. I can afford it though. 5 missions for levels 20 to the level cap. There's also Rangers and Ruins right here. Yeah, this is 5 missions available starting at level 20 are included. Well, it's showing up here in the LOTRO store, and it's telling me that it starts at level 20 also. I can afford it though. I can buy it and I'd be happy to do that. I'm sorry, miss. I am so sorry. It's 295 LOTRO points though. That's not a lot. That really isn't a lot. Expansions. Yeah, I'm still missing the Fate of Gundabad. Not gonna get there anytime soon. We'll get there. We'll get there. Instance Finder. I'm just curious to see what things are here. Classes and races. Nothing here. Rates and instances. All good right there. Man, now I have the theme of the Super Mario Bros. 2 overworld just stuck in my head. You can't wait for the new race class combos? Nice. I'm hyped up about them too, even though I'm never gonna do anything with them because I've already created all the classes and races I'm gonna do. Let's get back to Thorin's Gate because I want to open my mail and there's no mailbox here. I'm not gonna wait until I make it to Gondamon. Like, I need to open the mail because it's a bunch of things I sent myself. It's a bunch of food, trail food, fortifying, cooked food that I did with Bolston and Grizzleberg for Brofast right here. And yeah, get ready. I'm gonna do my Dwarven voices as I read the dialogue and all that. At your service and your families. Let's get to the mailbox up there. Yeah, there's a little bit of the lag there, as you can see, but nothing we can't handle right now. All good. Yeah, these packs are fun. Oh yeah, where are the supporter packs actually? Can you buy them here in the LOTRO store? That's the part I didn't get. I did see that Bloodborne did a video, so maybe I'll just watch the video. Not on the stream though. Could we watch the video that Bloodborne did on the stream? Maybe we could. New to the LOTRO store. Yeah, because, ooh, dapple tricolor cat bed. This cuddly calico cat would be delighted to keep you company. Ah, how lovely, how lovely. But I can't spare the LOTRO points. I don't have enough anyway for that. But what do you want to do, Maniacs? Next week, should we continue with the Brawler adventure? Or should we pick up the Eladan Elrohir content for the stream next week, for the LOTRO stream next week? Yeah, pretty sure it's only gonna be one LOTRO stream. We're gonna have Rocket League because it needs to be rescheduled. And Final Fantasy is guaranteed. It's probably gonna be 2 days of Final Fantasy, Rocket League, LOTRO. Supporter pack is Mula only, I believe. What does that mean? What does that mean? And I think I'm gonna run a poll on that, by the way. I take that back. I already opened that mail. Wait, I thought I sent myself food. Huh, maybe I recall completely wrong. No, I guess I didn't do that. I guess I didn't do that. Huh. Huh. This is just Erkenbrand's messenger talking about epic battles. Huh, I got that completely wrong, but okay. I needed to check that anyway. Ooh, shoutouts to Arnthulf Stargazer from Anti-Troll Inc. When you have a last name like Stargazer, you're gonna get my attention. Oh, they're doing roleplay, by the way. You're not seeing it because it's on the chat, but those two people are doing some roleplay right now. I am very glad to see that. To just encounter roleplay out on the field. Well, not the field technically, but still. That's really good to see. As it should be in Laurelin. As it should be. Or I sent it wrong? No, maybe I just completely recall incorrectly. You had a similar issue? Sold 38 solvents on the auction house and your gold never came? So you wasted 1.4k LOTRO points. Ouch. I'm sorry to hear that.
What do you want?
So where were we? It was Noglond? I think it was Noglond. Wait, do I have the fast travel to Gondamon already? I didn't check. And by the way, yeah, I'm gonna go on an AFK break right now. I know we just got started on the LOTRO gameplay, but hey, we got carried away talking about things and looking at like mashups and dual mixes and whatever. So, yeah, Guilty as charged for doing that. But I think I'm gonna run the poll to decide what we're gonna do on LOTRO next week. Hello, old friend. Hey, we were talking about OGs earlier. You are the OG, Voron. Yes, we are indeed playing with the Brawler. I believe this is the 3rd live stream as the Brawler. Punching, jabbing, uppercutting our way through Eren Lewin. It's been so much fun. Someone got 38 free solvents. You guess not free? Why wouldn't it be free though? They still had to pay, right? But yeah. Oh, but yeah, Voron, I'm gonna run a poll right now. Gonna take an AFK break for a moment. But oh wow. It's lagging though. It's lagging. The game is lagging right now. The game is lagging a little bit. But to decide what we're gonna do next week, whether we continue with more of the Brawler, or we check out the Eladan Elrohir content next week for the LOTRO stream next week. Lag of the Rings Online, yeah. But you started building up your characters in Laurelin. Awesome. Because I still had to pay, but I essentially got scammed. Ouch. An unintended scam, though. An unintended scam. Why not both? We probably won't have time for both, I would say. You're not even gonna put in the ticket. Alright, so the ad break is gonna come in a moment too. But I'm gonna do the poll. I'm gonna do a poll and you can use particles and channel points. I mean, star particles and bits. I'm gonna run it for... Actually, let's run it for 5 minutes. It's a long poll this time. And it's live right now. Wait a minute. No, it's not. Alright, the poll is live for those who can't hear me through the ads because they're running right now. And yeah, I'll leave it here. And with this, yeah, we can leave it right here. And as always, everyone, stay connected to the Tajigen Temple. I'll be back. But you know, the hustle. Do your hustle and slay, and then you can lay, as in lay down. You can rest. He's laying those ladies. Ah, yes I am. Yes I am. Hold on. Yes, he is laying those ladies. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Yes. Dimensional Tajigen Kaiden. Welcome to the channel. You want to see more passion like that? Hit that follow button and hit that little heart and become a superstar maniac. Or you can also take it a step further and subscribe. There's my sales pitch. No, seriously. I gotta showcase my superstardom like that. Plateau, keep going until you see the knights. The training grounds aren't far from there. That is all. You'll take the mission then? Did you see that in the background? Did you see that, like, that gigantic tree thing walking in the background? I think that was a player pet or something. Did you see that thing? Hey, a peach pie. He's like giving that to me as a birthday present. Are you kidding me? Oh, wow. Just when I thought it couldn't get better, eh? Wow. Dun 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 dun. We're gonna need to craft that recipe. Well, wow. Expectations exceeded today on the birthday. Fantastic. I gotta craft that. I gotta craft that now. No, I didn't have cake. I'm going to have pie. Thanks to you, you absolute maniac. I love you.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Many believe that the strength of the bar guests lay in their how. While it is true their howls are dangerous, the power of their eyes is equally dangerous. With but a gaze, they have been known to strike a deep fear into their victims that can kill them. I would ask you to seek out Vargas and collect their eyes. I will pay you handsomely for this bounty. And what do you want to do with their eyes, may I ask? You're just saying all of this bad stuff about their eyes, and you're not even saying what you want them for. What are you doing, lady? Edith Sweet Rose, what the hell are you doing with their eyes? You sound like a witch. A witch in Middle-earth. What the heck are you gonna do? That is so suspicious. Susie Baka. What the heck? What is that about? What the heck is this about? Yeah, Susie Baka right here, this witch. Oh, you're saying static? Ooh, I don't know about that. I actually don't know about that. But alright, since the majority of the people in the chat here are saying static. Oh no, no, Pietro. Pietro. Well, he did give me a gift, that's true. That makes it worse, damn it. My goodness, what have you done? What have you maniacs done? It was a trap. What have you done, you maniacs? Why did I listen to you? Why should I listen to the chat? Common streamer mistake. Yeah. I shouldn't have listened to you. Ah, but how beautiful it is to be using a lightsaber as red as my passion for the dark side of dimensions. Yes. Will I be able to win this fight just by fighting range like this? I think the enemy just has no way to get to me. That was so funny. Oh, and we leveled up. That is so funny. That is so funny. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that level up. Oh, wait. I'm gonna put a stream marker here. Let this be a clip. Whoa, did you see that jump? It's because I was kind of facing the other way. But that was such a cool looking jump. I like that. That was such a cool looking jump. We need to try that again. Hold on. Let me try it. See how it looks? Yeah! That is so sick looking. I like it. Oh. I'm gonna try to do a jump like that now, all the time. Oh, and we have some floaty bodies. That's the power of the force for you, I guess. Bodies are just floating like that. It was all red and with all those... Whoa! Weaver? What happened to you? Did you fall? Mohas has been defeated. What happened? But yeah, there was a... Oh, the elevator. Did the elevator crush you? I come back and your body is just there and your droid is just looking at you. That's priceless. You just thought you could survive it. Oh, you jumped. Okay. Mokas has been defeated. Defeated by gravity. Yeah, for example, like the jump I'm making now. But that one was higher. Yeah. Defeated by gravity. Okay, we can do that. And you take that grenade. Did you see that? Okay, thank you for waiting and also welcome back. Belon, we have a problem though. The poll ended, but I can't see the results of the poll. Like, I can only see the results of a poll. Okay, here we go. I think I have the results now. Oh, well, it was 50-50, was it? Again with the 50-50, eh? I'm gonna have to roll an effing die. Well, you know what? I guess we could try both. I don't know how long the ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟𝕤 content is. It says it's 5 missions. It is possible maybe to do it all in one stream, but to do both the brawler and this in one stream might be too much for me. But I see it was a 50% 50% thing. But yeah, there you are. Well, thank you for those who voted. Oh no, because I'm too low level. And I'm not gonna be the right level for it anytime soon. That's why. It's at least level 20. It gives this an XP? That's good. I should do it on... I'll see who does that. But it's gonna be a while before I get to like the level 20s. Like even if I finish all of Lewin, I'm not gonna be there yet. Yeah, and the brawler is still a new character. We are still at level 10 right now. Hey, let's see what level ups we get today. Picking right back up from where we left off. We were here in ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟, kind of making our way to ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟, but not quite yet because we still have a lot of enemies to punch in the face right here. In the face, in their nether regions, in their stomach, all sorts of places. So, we have to defeat ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕠𝕠 and other sorts of enemies. Ooh, look at that! I didn't expect to defeat an enemy like that. I just threw a mug and they died. Wow. I guess that's also part of the brawler experience. That was really funny. Okay, let's see how this one goes. That is enough to defeat them. I mean, I'm like here just expecting like a Street Fighter experience maybe. It ends up being a little bit different sometimes. Yes, we have to fight these goblins though, so let's go against this one. Well, yeah, we're gonna have to get up close. Fighting while swimming, eh? I like that. I like that. It's been so much fun to be a brawler because of how different it is from everything else. That's a big part of the fun, right? Just like punching enemies in Middle Earth, I mean, in LOTRO. Well, for some of these, I'm just throwing a mug at them. But still, it's fun. Oh yeah, Bellon, if you miss out on anything, it was just checking out like a few of the other like vocal covers I did. It's all there on the YouTube channel anyway. The ones that may or may not have mistakes. Talking about the latest updates here in LOTRO. And yeah, deciding there what we were gonna do for next week. ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕠 or the brawler. Well, I think I'm gonna stick to the brawler then. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know. I'll decide that for next week then. When the time is right. Or I may try to do both. We could have both of them. For a change. And these ones are ranged attackers, so I should not begin the fight with a ranged attack. Because we're gonna need to get close to them. This one, yeah. Did I aggro? Oh, okay, I did not expect that. I thought I was gonna aggro all 3 of them. And I was not expecting a one-shot kill there either. Isn't it fun the way things turn out sometimes? Wow, just slaying so many enemies with just a mug. Just focus on leveling the brawler next stream? Well, yeah, we'll be continuing to do the content here then. That's what it is then. Bring it on. Uppercuts, jabs, punches. Tiger, uppercut. Also reminds me of Boxer, Balrog in Street Fighter. I don't know why Boxer characters in video games are always fun for me. At least when they're wearing their gloves. Because, I don't know, something about the boxing gloves in a fighting game feels very satisfying for me. Punching the opponent with those things. Then you can do ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕠 here during the stream after. Well, yeah, like, that's the thing. It would be doing both of them. That's what I was wondering, whether I do one or the other. Oh, you meant so that I get to level 20. Well, the other problem with him is that he has to make it all the way to Rivendell. Brofast, I mean, my character. And I feel it's better to do it with another character for that reason. But I don't know. It's a good idea, though. Very similar to what we did with Matchai. Because she did the Shire and then the Undershire. And also, I don't know. There's a thought. There's a thought, Voron. Yeah. I would also be doing a lot of, like, I guess, Epic Quest of Volume 1 in Breland after this to level up. In these early levels, it's all about questing still, so it's still just questing and questing. And I think I got your message, Voron. I think that's you, Voron Darren. I'm looking for Hendrevale here right now, by the way. Oh yeah, let me switch to this. This is the screen we want to use. Just looking for more Hendrevale. I am not a hunter, so I don't get to find where they are exactly. But I am out of the search area, I think. And we also have to discover the source of the canal's water flow problem. Right. Let's ignore that bear. Let's be careful here also. We don't want to drop too high and just die. Yeah, that's gonna be a bother. If that happens. Nice, I hope you're having a good time in Lorelyn. Maybe if you encountered a music event in the middle of your adventures, that's something that can happen here a lot. We had that happen also in Final Fantasy XIV the other day, just people in the middle of ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕤 playing music. So it's such a familiar feeling because I'm used to seeing that happen to me in LOTRO a lot. I'm just going through a city and oh, somebody's playing right outside the Prancing Pony. I don't remember if it's today or if it's Wednesdays that they also play in the monument there. I forget what the name of the monument is, but the Bounder Monument, I think it is, in ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟. But yeah. And then to be in ℂ𝕠𝕟 and encounter those people playing, a band playing music. Let's go. Let's go. A nice warm feeling came to me because it's like a uniquely LOTRO experience. It's also in FF14. Like, yeah, they're both MMOs. These things are gonna be in common with them, but something like that, not as much. Primarily focusing on catching up right now, acquiring gold reserve, making crafting outs, that sort of thing. Ah, gotcha, gotcha. Remind me, did you transfer any characters from other servers, or are all the characters brand new that you have in Lorelyn? Oh, and yeah, this is the source of the, there are thickets clogging the canal. Right, we need to remove that. My bear friend, I'm not here to fight you, but if you stay in my way, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to punch you. I'm gonna have to jab and uppercut you. Tiger, 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 uppercut. Oh, they're all on US servers. Rest in peace. Okay, okay, yeah. So that's a lot of work you have to do. So yeah, it's a labor of love in that way. I'm so sorry, friend. I didn't want to disturb you, but I have a task to do. I have a task to do. I didn't come here to fight with you. Bear punching, right? Hey, I'm punching bears with my bare fists. You love to hear that. You love to hear that. Just bear with me while I do these puns, okay? I'm not sure if the other bear pun I did on LOTRO before played during the clips, because there's a clip in which I do a bear pun like that. So there's another one to add right there. Just bear with me while I fight these bears with my bare fists. Well, they're not bare technically. I am using gauntlets for them. Close enough though, close enough. Oh, you do have a level 120 boost, which I did use on my warden, which just messaged you. Nice, nice. That is definitely one of the times to use the boost. Yeah, yeah. I need one more Hendravale. Hendroval, that's the singular. Singular. Blah, blah, blah. My accent is a little bit funky today. But as long as you can understand me, right? Just one more bloody Hendroval. Which we found right now. That way of defeating them is so funny still. Let's get back to ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕤𝕠𝕟 and see what comes next. Oh yeah, I have to put this in the vault. That cloak is not supposed to be in my inventory anymore. So let's turn this in before we get to ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟.
What do you want?
Thank you for helping keep the ways clear. If it's not too much to ask, please don't tell anyone that I needed help. What should we get here? +4 will, +5 maximum power. Let's go for will. Will is always good. Da 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 with the wheel. Bam, 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 bam. That's from Digimon, by the way, that song.
I am beset by misery.
Dawn already. Good work. We could use someone like you on the guard. Better than these layabouts. Can I interest you in signing up? Oh, the pay's not that good and you'll find yourself in some cold, out-of-the-way post like this. But it's a living? No, I thought not. Oh well, thanks for your work anyway. Is it a living if the pay's not that good though? Not sure if I would call that a living. Really.
My tale is a grievous one indeed.
This canal water is used down in ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟 in the lowlands as well as here in the Vale of Thrain. You should go down there and make sure they know we removed the blockage up here. Travel down the road to the east, then turn south at the first crossing and ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟 will be right there. You will want to talk to old Oldkill. Their cisterns must be nearly dry down there, what with the blockage as bad as it was. Very well. So finally, here we are in ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟. I always remember ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟 from the skirmish, the siege of ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟. But long before, well, as long as you play as a dwarf or adventure through Lewin, before you get there, you do encounter it in your adventures early on like this. Hey, there you are. There's Skeletorn, Vorandaran. Glad you could make it. Should probably add you as a friend. Oh, and you got the Rivendell pack, Voran. I noticed that frame. You got the Rivendell pack, you absolute maniac. Looking great like that. Add to friends list. There we go. Nice. That frame is looking just really good. Right there. Which one is that? Which version did you get? The supporter pack. You know, I'm crossing my fingers that one day they start enabling Twitch drops. Given that they have a big presence on Twitch. Like, they have their own LOTRO stream. There's the LOTRO stream. With plenty of streamers right there. Twitch drops is a no-brainer for me. The most expensive one! Nice! You got a lot of LOTRO points out of that and a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm guessing those are the outfits you got from that. On your steed as well. So that's great. Nicely done. Yeah, I still need to read a little bit more about that. Oh, we completed the deed, Places of the Dwarfs. Got some marks, some points, probably. Deed completed and deed bestowed. Explored the Dourhan strongholds, the elf ruins of Lewin and Rathteregg. Which I probably will not do. I'm just gonna focus on like the quests on this character, most likely. The War Steed cosmetics and the outfit, nice. Yeah, I should have figured it's the War Steed because you were outpacing me with that horse.
What do you need?
You restored the water flow? Why, it's not flowing nearly enough at all. You may have cleared out some problems over at ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟, but there must be something else blocking the flow around here.
Might you lend me an ear?
The goblins in these hills are causing us no end of grief. They blocked off the river with debris and slow the flow to a trickle, and what water exists is foul by their presence. I can send a crew to remove the debris, but I need someone with a stout heart and a strong sword arm to clear out some of the goblins. Hey, it doesn't carry a sword, but it's a very strong arm, I assure you. A strong couple of arms right here. Can we get some muscle emojis in the chat? Yeah. I can't afford to lose any workers, what with the Darhans to contend with. You can find the canal west of here, just past the hills. The goblins have a camp west of their makeshift dam. Oh, don't worry about a sword. My arms themselves, my hands themselves will be more than enough. You always ride a Warsy whenever you have the chance? Oh yeah, I don't blame you. They're faster. At least that's what I know, because I still have never ridden one.
You may be of service.
Ridden. Is that the right way to say it, or should I have said rode? Well, anyway. If whites stir the bones of the ancient Elaine, then an evil has arisen in these mountains which we should all fear. The fell spirits that stir the bones of the dead are servants of Angmar, of the Witch King of old, and of the Shadow in the east. I must ask you to seek out this evil and put whatever end you may to it before its darkness spreads. Take this elf-stone to Glamir. He dwells now in the ruins to the northeast of Gondamon, at the southern end of the Grimwater. If they're right here on Gondamon, couldn't you do it yourself, lady? But okay, I'll be your errand boy. Well, yeah, now that we have a ride here, we have a ton of other quests as well.
Will you help me?
The wind coming down from the mountains makes my bones ache year-round, but even the younger sentries feel the chill when the days grow short. We could use more pelts to make blankets and clothing in preparation for the coming winter. There is no shortage of wolves prowling in the wilds, especially to the west. I expect you will have no difficulty obtaining some furs for me. Wolves are vile creatures, but at least their fur is warm. They always need help, I know. It has been my proud duty as a hunter these many years to supply the people of the lowlands with both food and safety. How can I aid you?
I would be grateful for your assistance.
The hunters who have been plying the forests north of Gondamon have come to me with stories of being threatened or even attacked by those backstabbing Darhan brigands. If you're of a mind to lend us a hand, you could head out there and deal with the treacherous Thinbeards. They need to learn not to meddle with the hunters of Gondamon. The Darhans have built a small camp to the north of here, in the hills somewhere. You will find plenty of heads to break there, I warrant. Aye, Master Dwarf.
Come and stay a moment, friend.
Our huntsmen are skilled, but this year's hunt has proven particularly difficult. What with the cold and the wretched Darhans? I have found myself short of supplies for the coming winter. You can help us by bringing in some bear meat. There are plenty of bears in the wilds around Gondamon, especially to the north. We will preserve and store the meat for the coming months. Very well. That sounds like a good plan to me, to be hunting bears and wolves and, well, goblins for that matter. But we are not finished with the business we have here in Gondamon.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
You got enough LOTRO points to buy the expansion? Nice, don't mind if you do. Expansion, did you mean the Eladan Elrohir stuff, or did you mean Gundabad or something else? Yeah, I still need to buy the Eladan Elrohir stuff, but I have enough. It's not very expensive. It's like rounded up 300 LOTRO points. Stranger, please tarry and hear my plea. Oh, Fate of Gundabad, let's go! Let's fucking go, Voron. Looking for group, let's fucking go. It's a joke because they both have the same abbreviation. Whenever people just go all hyped up on a chat or on a tweet or whatever, and they go LFG, I get really confused for a couple seconds there when I realize, oh, they're saying let's fucking go. They're not saying looking for group. Why are you looking for group when you're hyped up? What does this have to do with looking for a group in a multiplayer game? What are you talking about? Anyway, stranger, please tarry and hear my plea. My brother Gelir Goldentongue was a great warrior. Curse my treacherous tongue, I should say he is a great warrior, but I fear for his life. Though he's a doughty fighter, Gelir longs for peace. Even against the advice of our elders in Doran's Hall, he felt that there must be a way to come to some sort of understanding with the Darhans, so he and some companions set out for the great Darhan encampment north of Gondamon. I think he went to the westernmost of the camps, the larger one. He did not return from his mission. Please seek him out, And if he is slain, return to me with the news so we may seek our revenge on his murderers. You will know my brother easily by his gleaming shield, a great heirloom of our family. If I recall correctly, we did this recently with my elf character, my minstrel self, Kaiden. And, well, I think I know the fate of the brother. I will say no more though. But here's Matthew to continue the main quest storyline. You actually didn't think of that? Yeah.
What do you want?
You could not have arrived with this news at a better time, Brofast. An elf prince has gone missing, and the elves are convinced that we abducted him and refuse to believe otherwise. We have learned where their prince is being held, an encampment of Dour Hands to the northeast. Your information tells us a great deal about his fate, and I hope it is enough. The elves have sent an emissary to ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟, and she insists that we rescue this ℂ𝕑𝕠𝕟 as a sign of our goodwill. A sign of our goodwill! As if the Longbeards need to prove anything! I have always considered myself an even-tempered dwarf, but this emissary has gone too far. We need someone who is neither dwarf nor elf to organize this rescue. I do not want to be responsible for an outbreak of war in the Blue Mountains. Well then, I'm not the right person to do that because I'm a dwarf. But this is great though. This is where the storytelling gets really exciting to me. When, you know, storylines converge together. So, also recently, well, not that recent, it's been a few months by now, I guess, but we had that Elven storyline gameplay in which we took a look at that, in which we adventured and took a look at the other side of the coin here, and yeah, the situation with ℂ𝕑𝕠𝕟 from the Elven side of things. That elf woman is stiff-necked and suspicious. She does not recognize the difference between Durin's folk and the Dour Hands. If my dwarves attempt to rescue her elf prince and fail, she will assume that we are in league with the Dour Hands and call for war upon my people. What we need is someone trusted by elves and dwarves alike to make this attempt. There is a man, a ranger out of the wilds in the east, who has assisted both of our kindreds at sundry times. He is masterful in the art of hunting and stealth. Seek the ranger Langlass at the Hunter's Lodge to the east of here. I only hope he will accept this responsibility. And I keep picturing in my own head canon, my own head continuity, that it's at least a party of at least one dwarf and one elf, both doing this together and approaching Langlass with both their sides of the story, so to speak, and all of it just coming together like that. If ever a novelization of an MMORPG happens, I know there's been novels based on MMO settings, there's been World of Warcraft novels, and well, this is based on novels, right? It's the other way around with LOTRO, but I mean like a novelization of the events. That's a different thing entirely, right? If a novelization is ever done of a game like this, it should have not a single protagonist, like a lot of players experience, but rather a party that represents the protagonist that the players play. To represent that multiplayer aspect. Especially for games that have multiple storylines depending on the race you start as, or the class even, like SOTOR, right? Whoops, didn't mean to throw that mug. Hit the wrong key, but okay. No harm done. We may as well just do that. Alright, the adventuring now continues with more fighting here. だから限界バトル叩きつけてキスついたっていいんじゃないタイムリミットまで諦めないせそうさこうは差し出すさLet's begin by throwing that mug. I gotta be mindful of that bleed though. I'm getting quite a bunch of bleed effects here, gotta be careful. Because I don't have a way to recover those, right? Let me see. A wide backhanded smash. Backhand clout. Okay. Wide backhanded smash that may catch multiple enemies with its force. So we have AoE right there. Regenerate metal and gain a damage buff. Oh, first strike. Right. I need to remember the first strike skill right there. First attack! Boom! I don't think I have a cleanse, no. I don't think I do, Boron. I mean, one of these potions probably does that. No, actually none of them do. Maybe one of the food I have right here, but I'm not gonna go for that right now. Speaking of which, though, I should get some fortifying or cooked or... Yeah, trail and cooked food. I'm missing fortifying food. I'm gonna make a note because I need to do that with Grizzleberg. So I either didn't do it, or I did it and there was a mail issue, as Miss mentioned. Spoilers. Blue crack spoilers are the ones we need to defeat now. Like this one. Bring it on! Tatakai no toki wa ima. Tatakai no toki ga kita. Maybe I should sing a song from Knuckles the Echidna, because it's punching that we're doing. Born on an island in the heaven, the blood of my ancestors flows inside me. My duty is to save the flower from evil deterioration, yeah. We'll be fighting out, staying up to all the pain and turmoil. Just believe in myself, won't rely on others. With this power to wipe out the havoc and anarchy. This is my planet, gonna fight for my destiny. Oh yeah. I would love to also do that as a cover. That's an English song cover. It would require a collab with someone, probably. So I can also get the rap parts from them, because there's no way I'm gonna do the rap parts myself and sound anywhere close to decent if I do them. Hey, for a karaoke, a casual karaoke, we can sing that song and I do the rap parts, but for an actual, like, more formal cover release, we gotta get someone else.
What do you need?
Is it safe for my work cruise? Excellent. I wouldn't send my lights out with all those goblins around. We need all the guards here to protect us from the court's tower hands in case they attack. One thing that I'm hoping to do eventually is to also play Dungeons and Dragons again and really roleplay a dwarf. But the campaign I'm gonna get into right now, I'm not gonna play a dwarf. Safe to say, but I'd be really happy to roleplay that dwarf and keep doing those dwarven voices. They're fun for me to do. They're fun for me to do. At your service and your families. They kind of sound different every time I do them. Sometimes intentionally because it's different dwarves. Sometimes not intentionally, but as long as I have fun doing them. Though I am also with the aim of improving my voice acting, my voice impressionism, depending. I'm not doing any impressions in particular. Well, maybe trying to mimic the way some dwarf voices sound here, but I don't have anybody in mind in particular when I do that. Yeah, as long as I'm having fun. Exactly, Vorndaren. But yeah, I'm very excited about that D&D campaign that I'm gonna do with other VTubers. It's gonna be, well, yeah, as I said, with other VTubers. It's an isekai campaign in which we actually are our VTuber selves in an isekai style. But still within a D&D setting for the most part. There's a little bit of homebrew in there from what I was talking about with the DM. And, you know, because it depended on my VTuber lore, on my background, and given my lore, a sentient star cluster, a telepathic mind connection, cluster-like, as a multi-dimensional being, connected to multiple dimensions and the stars. You know, he proposed some very interesting things right there that I still need to read about. They kind of look like they're a little bit homebrewed, but I'm not sure. Whatever the case, though, it's gonna be fun for me. Like, as long as the homebrew doesn't go too far from regular D&D, because I still feel like I need to experience that quote-unquote properly. This will be my second ever D&D campaign. Yeah, that sounds fun, I know. And the first one, though, it was a traditional experience, because from what I remember, it was like a campaign that is like a beginner campaign that a lot of DMs can use, kind of like Castle Ravenloft, I think it's called. I don't remember what this one was called, but yeah. Oh yeah, it involved a dwarf character. I remember we went into a cave and we sort of tried to rescue him, but somebody killed him and pretended he was that dwarf. I don't remember the name anymore. And we encountered the green dragon, and that's when we stopped it. We tamed a goblin. There wasn't that much roleplay though. And I'm hoping to get more roleplay next time. And you know, spoken roleplay, not just text roleplay. There's definitely fun to be had if you do text roleplay with other players, but what I'm looking for right now is more than that. And preferably being able to do it with other content creators, so we can maybe also stream it. Hopefully somebody streams it. I'm not sure if this campaign is going to be streamed, but if it is, I'm definitely going to let you all know. Whether it's on my channel or somebody else's channel. I would have to see the logistics of hosting it on my channel though, to set it up and put everything together. But if it's not on my channel, I will have the link. I may even put it on the schedule. Hey, I'm gonna be here on that person's stream. I need to really figure out how to like put multiple games or multiple like things on the schedule, because I can't find the space on the schedule formats that I have right now, on the schedule templates. I've seen some other tubers, I've seen some other creators do like a split of the... Sorry, I bumped into my mic there for a moment. Like a split of the... Oh, we have to kill bears. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. Do we have to kill Hendrivale again? No, we don't. I see some spiders. We don't have that. There's probably some deed, but I'm not doing those. I'm not gonna bother with the Slayer deeds, by the way. We did do them in the Yondershire, but hey, it was my first time ever in the Yondershire. And it kind of happened like out of nowhere because of the player we encountered. So this bear is one level above me, but we should be fine. We should be fine. Okay, let's see what's about to happen here. Yes, come down here. Come down here. I was thinking for a moment this wasn't going to happen and I was going to see the question marks above the bear because he was so far away, but no, we're fine. We're fine. Here's the next enemy. 2 levels above me. Let's go. Hey, I have heavy armor. I know brawlers can also be tanky, so in that sense I should be fine. Akiramenai torapu no kabe dashi habatake unmei ga yusayurarete mo make o shinai kono fieldo ni subete o kakeyou erabare shimono yo okori ga sakebu. Oh no, these are not the right bears. I'm outside the area now. Or am I? No, I'm not outside the area. I think I just haven't picked up the thing they want me to pick up. Yeah, it's not about defeating X amount of enemies. It's getting X amount of drops from the enemy. Oh yeah, by the way, this reminds me, I think I got some Twitch drops for Genshin Impact. Not sure if I redeemed them or not, but we may see them on Saturday for the Genshin stream. Again, provided everything works well and all that. Am I? Yeah, I'm fighting the right bears. This is the area too. I don't want to fight that cub. I do feel bad killing a poor little cub. I still have that little empathy for them, if you will. So I may have no good reason to have it. Still haven't been lucky to get more haunches of bear meat. Yeah, they're not in the items here. They're not the ones you pick up here. These simple Atlas essences are probably a good idea though. These are level 15. Yeah, just as I thought. Whoa, how did I get all these things? Oh, I think I looted everything without realizing what I was doing. Okay, we can pick them up. Yeah, I just looted them all. Right, I only meant to loot the Atlas essence and I looted everything. My bad. No big deal though. That's gonna be some money for me, so that's a good thing. Oh, you know what? I'm remembering now. Hold on. Yeah, I'm misremembering. I never sent myself any food. I sent myself gold from Bolston the other day, and I'm still thinking that I didn't pick that up, and it sort of mixed itself up in my mind with the food that is still pending for me to send to this character, and that's why I thought I sent some mail, but I haven't done that yet. No, I think I will have to do a little bit of farming with Bolston and then some cooking with Griselberg, although I think Griselberg may already have some food that I can already send, already crafted. Haha! Here comes the next battle. Let's do this. What was I gonna say though? Or also from Machai, because she still has low level food. May as well just send it there to bro fast and save myself the time. So yeah. Dun bum 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 bum. Toki ya michita atsui dueru no gong na hibiku unmei no kado ga hikaru maku wa ochita yume no kono ga 激しを高ぶる選ばれし者よさあ立ち上がれ New days 僕らの未来へ Find a way 夢を解き放て一か八かのカウンターだから限界バトル叩きつけて I still haven't gotten any more haunches of bear meat. I'm getting really unlucky here. Finally. Finally another one. Boom! Did you see that punch? Balrog has nothing on me. I gotta tell you, Balrog, that is Boxer, Balrog from Street Fighter, his classic theme song is like one of my favorite songs of all time. Maybe not just in Street Fighter, but in video gaming. It's my second favorite. It's beaten very closely by Cammy's theme. Dun 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 dun. You know? But one thing that I also love doing, similar to what we were talking about earlier with the mashups, the dual mixes, is to sometimes take one of the remixes of the song from a later game or a fan remix even, and put it in the original pitch of the original version. And it's a lot of fun to do that, especially with Balrog's theme. Like, I have an extension on Google Chrome that is able to do that. And just hearing it in the original pitch, that's a fun hobby I do sometimes. Just listening to some songs in their original pitch for those that have a different one. Many live versions of music end up being sung by the artists or the band in a lower pitch. Sometimes even in a higher pitch, but most of the time in a lower pitch, so I like increasing the pitch a little bit. Plastic Love by Maria Takeuchi Maria. She sings it in a lower pitch when she sings it live. So I like putting it back in the original pitch, and it sounds really good actually. I'm just playing games. I know that's plastic love. Dance to the plastic beat. Another morning comes. You know, I sort of have a Spanish version of that little chorus there. Solo es un juego más. Amor plástico. Oh. It fits really nicely. So we have a lot more quests in here. I remember this area. And we have a grocer though, so this is a really good timing to sell a lot of the junk that I picked up. Let's pick up the rest and just sell it. I realize I could use it for reputation, but I don't really care about that with this character. I don't have good reasons to, I think. So let's do some repairs first. It says I cannot do that right now. This has got to be some lag. Lag of the Rings Online. It's funny because it still retains the acronym LOTRO when you say it like that. Hopefully I didn't sell anything I didn't want to sell. Yeah, we can sell all this stuff. Just sell it.
Stay a moment.
ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕤𝕒𝕠𝕟𝕤, the region of ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟 to the east, was once known as the Shipwrights' Grove in Westrun, and it is there that many of the famed vessels of the elves were built in days long past. But the corruption that haunts it now is much greater than I or my brothers had imagined. Something malignant and evil lurks there now. Something must be done. If you would help me, then seek out the spiders that infest ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟 east of here, and collect the sticky spinnerets they use to ensnare their victims. It will take me time, but I may one day discern where these terrors gain their potence.
Mind my words, traveler.
This land has been sullied before by the dwarves and their keep on the hill, and more recently by ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟. Now wicked spiders have entered the land, slaughtering the wildlife and endangering travelers. Thankfully, these evil creatures have so far only been found in the furthest northeast reaches of ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟, but these lands would be better for their absence. Seek out the evil spiders and drive them from their lairs in ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
You there? Perhaps you can help with a small dispute. While I was away among the barrows to the northeast, hunting for loose trinkets, I saw an old bony white wandering about the mounds. Fortunately, it didn't notice me, but the sight fairly froze my blood. Now, my friend Galti doesn't believe me. He claims there are no barrow whites out among the old Edain Mount, but he's been no further than the mounts near Gondamon, and those don't seem to be haunted at all. It's only the mounts off a weight to the northeast. You look dowdy enough to face down a white or two. Perhaps you would go out to those barrows and collect a trophy to prove I wasn't seeing things? I would pay you for the service. Risking my life for some coin, eh? Let's go.
Come and stay a moment.
I wonder if I could trouble you for a moment. A friend of mine, Bersi, struck out on his own to a grove northeast of ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟 to collect herbs for his recipes. I warned him of the threat of vicious spiders in the area, but he laughed them off. Bersi is a good fellow and a fine cook, but he can be a bit addle-brained at times. My annoyance has turned to worry. Set a dwarf's mind at ease and search for him, will you? I'm sure he's just lost track of time, but still. The spider lair is northeast of ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟, but what with those wretched tower hands about, I would counsel you to take the long way around the port. These quests are quite higher level than me, so I will be doing most of them later.
Hail, friend, and well met.
Greetings, dwarf. I received few visitors here at my home of old, but I'm sure you did not come to listen to tales of yore. What brings you to these wasting halls? You say that evil wights roam the barrows to the northeast of my home? It is indeed well that Gaeltine sent you to me, and with the Elfstone. I have a task for you, if you are willing. And there we go, the first level up of today. Can we get an exclamation mark level up and the emotes if you have them on the chat? You can either subscribe or get them for 24 hours with particles. Is this lagging? Was there supposed to be more dialogue here? Thank you, Mist. But I feel like there's supposed to be more dialogue from Glamir. Something may be missing here. Anyway, let's check the quest log first and focus on the ones that fuck use. Sorry, not focus, to fuck use on the ones on the ones that I should be doing now. Oh, Bruni. Oh, we need to go back to Thorin's Hall right here. So we should probably do that. Before I do that, I think I'm gonna synchronize my milestone to be in Gondamon, because I forgot to do that. In case you were wondering what the hell I meant by pronouncing focus like that, it's a reference, it's a running joke that I'm doing now from a Hellboy scene. Hellboy 2, at least from the 2000s, not the recent reboot that they did, the movies, in which Johann Cross, a character, is like, he says to Hellboy, "You've learned to obey me, follow protocol, and stay fuck used at all times," with his very thick German accent. But it's intentionally made to be like that so that he pronounces it that way, and it's absolutely hilarious. Stay fuck used at all. It's so good. It's so good. So I'm still gonna make that a command probably. Probably a redeem on the channel points. But what I'm looking to do, and I still haven't looked into this, is to make it be a video redeem. So that it also plays a little clip on the stream. You've learned to obey me, follow protocol, and stay fuck-used at all times. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm just gonna show you the clip again. Hold on. Oh, did I get into a fight? We got a birdie on our tail. Ha ha ha! One Punch Man. Goodbye and good night. Hey, let's watch the clip again. Oh yeah, I have it open right here still. I had the tab still open. That was not intentional, actually. So yeah. Oh, sorry. The audio is off, isn't it? What I intended to do was to remove the LOTRO audio. There's a higher quality version of this that maybe has better audio. Let me see. This is the one.
I knew Professor Broom, young man.
Yeah, much better quality of the audio. Even if we have the LOTRO sound, you'll be able to hear this.
Agent, I know you don't like me, but I could take away your badge.
Never had one. Kept asking, though.
You will learn to obey me, follow protocol, and stay fuck-used at all times.
That word. Fuck you? Yeah, with your accent. I wouldn't use it that much.
I
That's it, that's it. That's all we need to see from the scene. So good. The actor, the voice actor that does that, I think it's a popular voice actor that is actually surprising to hear that he did it, I think. But yeah, the way he delivers the line is so good. So I wanted to make that like a clip on the stream and start incorporating those more. But well, I just haven't given myself the time to do that. I've been I was not about to say this intentionally, but I've been focusing, I've been focusing on other things. I remember, I just remember that scene recently because I used the word focus a lot, and it always stuck with me since I first watched it long ago. I remember it completely different though. I remember like he just said, "You need to focus. You need to focus," I thought he said, and you know how some things just you remember them in your mind completely different than how they actually were. Oh yeah, we have to defeat some Dour Hands around here. But it ended up being very different, as you saw there. We defeat Dour Hand warriors and sturdy Dour Hands. Let's see how sturdy you truly are, you scoundrel. Not the skill I meant to do, but that's okay. I think I can take on 3 of them. What do you think? Let's do the AoE? Oh yeah! Nice. That's what I'm talking about. We need some food again. And also because I'm also brainstorming what they're gonna be. Maximum punching. 1 punch. 1 punch. Bam 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 bam. I still have only seen the first season of One Punch Man. Never went and watched the rest of it. Though I did read a lot of the manga that took place after season 1. I know that season 2 covers a lot of the King content, a little bit of the Gara content. I think that was the name of the character, right? But there's still a lot I have yet to see. I love stories like that in which there's this big wild card character that just is completely unexpected by all the characters in the setting, and they end up changing. It could be more than one character, but yeah, they end up changing the status quo in a way that just blows everybody away. I always love that. That's also why I love Overlord, probably. Yeah, this reminds me, I need to watch the latest episode of Overlord. They just started season 4. Watched the other 2 episodes the other day, and yeah, I need to watch episode 4. You know what? Let me make a note. Because I think it's every Tuesday. So yeah, it came out 2 days ago. See, we have another player here, but we need to return to Gondamon right now. So we can synchronize the milestone, and I'm gonna go back to... I'm gonna use a stable master to return to Torrens Gate, and then Torrens Hall to continue that next quest. Where is the stable master? Over here.
Greetings, traveler.
Greetings, traveler! I'm trying to mimic the voice also to work on my Dwarven voice. Greetings, traveler! If I ever make it to be a DM someday for D&D, a game master, a storyteller, what have you, so it's something that I think I could do decently, or at least something I think I want to give a try. To be able to play multiple NPCs and just shape the world, and be that like thing that keeps all the players together. There's a lot that appeals to me, but I still gotta play more, which is why I was looking to get into more sessions now, and I'm finally getting into one. Really nice that I'm finding those things. World of Darkness, Vampire the Masquerade specifically, is another one I want to get into as well. And there was one that opened up recently that took place in Iberia, that takes place in Iberia. In the early 2000s, it sounded very intriguing. But at the same time, I wasn't able to make it. Yeah, I think they had like 20 people interested in that blasted thing, so I wasn't able to make it. I've said it before, and I'll say this again, by the way. When you apply, especially if you do it on Roll20, which is not what I'm doing right now, but when you're applying to like game sessions, tabletop gaming sessions, it's kind of like applying for a job, because you have to fill out an application form. There's a lot of candidates. You may or may not get selected. Sometimes there's multiple stages to it. Like, if they contact you, if you get rejected, you're not gonna hear about them. You're just gonna see that they hired other people, maybe. If they contact you, they may need an interview with you one-on-one to decide if you're a right fit for this. And for you to decide if that is a right fit for you. It's like a job interview, but I mean that in a cool way, not in a stressful way. Like, hey, you know, yeah, we're making something mundane sound really fun. And I love it. I love it. I love every bit of that. It's been a while since I applied in Roll20 though. Since I've been wanting to mostly connect these things with my content creation. And I'm hoping to do it with other VTubers, but yeah. With Dungeons & Dragons it's possible because of how popular the game is, but on Vampire the Masquerade, maybe not so much. That's pretty much what I had to do as a Jedi officer for an RP guild in Sotor. Ah, yeah, but it's a guild also. Yeah, that makes sense. And that's really effing cool, Voron Darren, by the way. Yeah, you're gonna be an officer in a guild, in a role-playing guild. It makes sense that you apply like that. Yeah. Honestly, I just find it pretty fun. You know, it's like, if it's something you like to do, having to keep busy doing these things is just the best feeling in the world. It's also like maybe... What is this? Reduce awareness. Oh, in order to help reduce a heavy processing load on your server. Okay. Okay. Been a while since I've seen that message, I think. But what was I gonna say? It's like if you roleplay a Star Trek, like captain or officer, you gotta like just keep track of like logs or something. Like doing tasks in Among Us. That's a good point too. It's fun. It's fun because it's something that is, well, fun for you. Pardon my lack of vocabulary here, but yeah. So yeah, just keep busy as you would in some mundane office job, but it's cool because it's space travel and other things like that. So yeah, it's always fun for me to be doing like that, to be in this work environment like this. I thrive in those sorts of environments for that reason, which is why I love being a content creator too, having to do all of these things and all that. Especially for people that wanted to come in as master. Those people got scrutinized by me pretty heavily. Jedi Master? Yeah, that would make sense if you had to. Yeah, I remember role-playing in Habbo as a Jedi a long time ago. It involved being good at the roleplay because it was like a roleplay system where you had to be really fast at typing. And it also involved having like a one-on-one like quiz with one of the Jedi Masters and... No, wait, that was for Jedi Knight, my bad. That was for Jedi Knight. And then for Jedi Master, you had to train a Padawan. The traditional thing to become a Jedi Master, partly. No, yeah, that was for Jedi Knight. And yeah, I made it to Jedi Knight like that. I had decent combat against the Master. They asked me some questions. You never got quite that strict? It wasn't very strict, though. It wasn't very strict. It sounds maybe like it's very strict, but it wasn't. Bruni, where is Bruni? Let me remember where the armor merchants are. I think it's maybe to the west, was it? This is the armor area, but Bruni is not right here. I don't remember where it was. Yeah, I think it's around here, maybe. There's more armor smiths here. Yeah, these are their smiths. Oh, yeah, I remember this now. Yeah. There we go. No, it was actually very casual because you never filled out forms or anything like that. They just didn't have that. I don't even know what's going on with our roleplay. I have a lot of history with, like, the roleplay of those days. I have so many stories I can tell someday. The fact that I haven't told them is crazy, actually. Well, to be fair, I've forgotten a lot about it. I remember a big battle in 2005. Lots of people died. Lots of people didn't die. I actually probably had a record that may have been beat by now, in which I took like 3 years that were not continuous. I had my periods of absence, but it took 3 years for me to get my first death. When you died in there, you were dead for like a week or two. The times change, but you eventually revive and, you know, yeah. It was very light roleplay in that sense, I guess you could say.
What do you want?
So dying was actually frequent for people. But I took 3 years before my first death. And it was in the middle of a big Jedi purge. So yeah. I'm like Mace Windu, you know? I'm a very sturdy person. But the Jedi purge is the thing that got me. It didn't start with me though. The Jedi purge didn't start with me. It was already in the middle of it. And yeah, just in the middle of a battle there, a Sith killed me. A very notable Sith Lord actually. But that's another story. There you are. What's taking you so long? Let me see these. Thorin's beard, have they been wrestling Oliphaunts? I can forge 2 suits of armor in the time it will take me to hammer this out. The dwarfsmith looks up at you. Oh yes, here's the armor you wanted shined. Oliphaunts. So they are aware of what Oliphaunts are. I thought they were meant to be a little bit more rare than that. Not so sure, but okay. Let's get out of here now. Back to Frerin's court. And after that, we'll use the milestone to immediately just go back to Gondamon. It's always nice to be in Thorin's Hall. It's always a great area to be at. Let me take a screenshot here. This makes for a great screenshot, I would say. The only thing that bothers me is whenever I disable the UI, the add-on that I have for buff bars still displays these numbers here. Right here. Hello, Erin Bart. I gotta get out of here because they may have wanted to roleplay with me. Sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have RP on as I do on my name. Ugh. That was great to see them like that, though. Like, I have RP on, but it's more like I'm okay if it comes to me, but I'm not gonna go to it. Not right now, at least. So I will continue to do my adventures, but if somebody roleplays with me there, like this person here, they kind of seem to be roleplaying there, I should say. I might do that. Some of these people are roleplaying and they don't have RP on either. Yeah, there's a little gathering of people over there. They're roleplaying.
I am at your service.
I'm seeing it in the chat, they're roleplaying. Aye, that's just a thing. Kali will look sharp as an axe in this. The commander's sure to notice him now. Alright, glad to be of help. Let's use the milestone then immediately. It's great to see people role-playing here. It's always great. Let me get myself more mate right now. It's been a while since I've had some of this, so it's good to have it again. But it's as if it never left me. Oh yeah, Vorandaran. I mean, it's the RP server. This and Land Trouble are the roleplay servers. This one more so, may not be the case in recent times, but it was always the more heavy RP server. Or at least it originally was the more heavy RP server. And I think they still call Land Trouble roleplay encouraged, RE, instead of RP. Laurelin was always meant to be the more serious quote-unquote one. And they were very strict. They are not anymore from what I hear, but they were strict, for example, with the names you would give to your character. You can't just put a name like Player 1 as your character name. It's gotta fit in the lore. It's gotta fit in the lore in that way. I recall this fellow in Evernight called ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟𝕤. Really awesome name, ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟. You wouldn't be able to have it here. Well, you can have it now, I think, as I said, from what I hear now. But yeah. Alright, gotta punch some bears again. Aha! Punching bears with my bare fists. That is the power of this dwarf brawler. Brofast, at your service and your families. Oh yeah, we were still collecting these haunches of bear meat. Yeah, we're still missing several. There we go. And now we continue to defeat some Dour Hands. I still needed to find 3 sturdy Dour Hands. Not this one though, but let's fight you little scoundrel. You dirty scoundrel. All the Dour Hands are always so dirty looking. Like, yeah, I get that you're evil, but can't you at least have some hygiene or something? Well, it has something to do with the conditions they live under. Like, they don't exactly have good places to live in. And it's their fault anyway, for being the scoundrels they are. They are very outcast. And so, yeah. That's the whole point, I think. That's the whole point. But it's also that Middle-earth sort of trope that the evil ones are kind of dirty looking. Not sure how intentional it was to do that in the movies with Saruman, but you know, he became like a little bit more scruffy, dirty looking when he turned to the dark side, so to speak. Would it kill the Dour Hands to take a bath? Yeah. Let's do that beautiful AoE. Look at how he flexes his muscles when he does that skill. To regenerate metal and gain a damage buff. Always good to do that. May as well use this metal that I have right here. So much fun to do those punches. And we have a raid in the middle of some punching. Yes!
We'll die for our king, we'll die for our king, and our souls will be stained by their blood. We'll die for our king, we'll die for our king, and our swords will be stained by
their blood. Hey, it says, and our swords will be stained by their blood, but in this case it's our fists. The green-eyed gamer Jessica coming in with the invasion from another dimension. 41 plus coming in strong right here. Can we give a shout out to green-eyed gamer here? Lord of the Rings love. Yes, LOTRO love. Thank you so much for dropping the LOTRO love right here. Yes, can we give a shout out to Jessica here? But welcome raiders. Some of you may know me, some of you may not know me, but I am the multi-dimensional Tajigin Kaiden, a sentient star cluster in VTuber idol form for your entertainment. A great invasion from another dimension is always welcome. We have a big party right here. And as you can see, we're in the middle of playing with a brawler. I think today Jessica was using a burglar, was she not? Correct me if I'm wrong. How goes everything? I hope the stream was great. I hope you got to advance a lot with what you were doing. And thank you for the shout out, Mist. There you go. So I stream many games these days. not just MMOs, but I mostly do focus on MMOs as like my main game, so to speak. And oh yeah, here it is, the continuation for this quest. You absolute scoundrel, what have you done? So yeah, hope the stream was well. How's everybody doing? How's your Thursday going? Oh yeah, has anybody checked out, have any of you checked out the new Eladan Elrohir content that came out? Right now I'm still concentrating on my new brawler character. I believe this is the third stream I'm doing now as the brawler superstar. Just punching, jabbing, uppercutting enemies through ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟𝕤. And this is among the games I stream, also including Final Fantasy XIV. And we're gonna have Genshin Impact also this Saturday. But I wanna check out that new content. It's good that I have enough LOTRO points right now to get that content. So there's that. Birthplay did a bit of this and that. Chased down some treasure boogans. Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, I forgot about that too. And worked your way through the vault. Very nice. Very nice. Myself, we are adventuring here through ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟 as I created this new character, and something I like to do with every character is to play them at least for like the entire first region that they do before I switch to another one. This is the last of my characters for now, until they introduce a new class. This is the last of the characters I needed to do to cover all the classes, and it's the brawler. So now I have 11 characters right here. After this, what I think I'm going to do is focus on my minstrel, and maybe also another character who will probably be my warden. So Warden Hobbit Machai, we did the Yondershire with her recently, and Kaiden, named after me, the minstrel elf. The reason why I'm thinking of making it be 2 characters is because I would alternate some regions between them, because, for example, the Lone Lands, the Trollshaws, they're kind of the same level. Oh no, wait, sorry, the North Downs and the Lone Lands. The Trollshaws is with the Misty Mountains, I think? No. With Evendim? Yeah, I think it was with Evendim. So it's like, in the Eriador Shadows of Angmar content, you kind of have those alternating regions. And it's best to play them with 2 separate characters, in my opinion. But I'm an alcoholic, so I'm a bit biased on that regard. So yeah, there's that. There's that. But some dour-hand scoundrels have done some evil things right here. I gotta give the bad news to Askel here.
Well met.
This is what I feared, but I cannot bring myself to admit it. This shield bears mute testimony to the treachery of the dour-hands. You have my thanks for this dark tidings.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
You have done me a great service, ill though your news was received. These vile dour-hands, how dare they? Gelir came to them to talk of peace, but they cut him down like a goblin. I will have my revenge. Our elders watch me too closely for they know my temper. I cannot fight the dour-hands myself, but you. A while back, an elf came here looking for information about the dour-hands. He thought they might be up to something truly terrible. He said his name was Glamir. I sent him towards the woods northeast of Gondamen. Seek him out. Maybe he knows the whereabouts of Skeethy Blackhand, the leader of the dour-hands at the fortified eastern camp. My brother must have been slain at his orders. A grim and deadly warrior he is. Seek Glamir to learn Skithy's whereabouts and wreak my vengeance upon Skithy's head. Aye. We encountered Glamir already, so we're gonna have to speak to him again. But in the meantime, let's also turn in the other quests we have right here. We have a lot to turn in here.
At your service.
Thank you.
Your families.
Thank you for bringing in this bear meat. I will see that it is properly salted and stored for the winter months.
I am at your service.
Ah, good. That should teach the dour-hands a little lesson. You have done us a fair favor, Brofast, and help assure that Gondamen remains secure over the coming winter months. Let me see if I can find some suitable reward for you. Unfortunately, none of these things are a suitable reward for a knuckle fighter like me. A fist-fighting, brawling maniac.
What can I do to make it be like an alliteration? Fist fighting brawling boxer. There you go. A fist fighting brawling boxer. Let's go. Jabbing and uppercutting. Do any of you also have a brawler character? Maniacs? It's my first brawler character. I'm having so much fun with it. This is why I'm glad that I created a character for every class to see the gameplay with all of them. I surprisingly had fun with the Warden. You know, I thought the complexity would drive me away from it, but then there's a great feeling of satisfaction when you pull off the combos well and you see that you're still, you know, you're tanking like 7 enemies at once. 5, 7 enemies at once while making sure you're doing the right combos or you're doing some good AoE. And also recovering health while you're doing that. It feels good. Half the draw, yeah. The complexity of the Warden is half the draw. Which is why, it's another reason why I'm considering having Machai, my Hobbit Warden, be one of the 2 characters I use for the focus that we're gonna do. Kaiden and Machai. Originally, when I started playing LOTRO, my main 2 characters were my Dwarf Hunter Bolston and my Main Guardian Alterborn. And no pun intended, but I alternated between them with the regions, with the way I'm planning to do with them. And you know, it's a man and an elf. So if I now focus with a man and a dwarf. So now if I focus on an elf and a hobbit, I get to cover like the other original 4 races, if you will. It works out nicely in that way, I think. Oh yeah, let's sell some junk since we're here. There's a bunch of other things in here. I got some nice silver from the other
What you need?
From the other sale I made. And a few repairs.
Greetings to you.
Skeethy Blackhand. Yes, I know of him indeed. I have seen him just beyond the main gates of the Dourhan encampment to the north. Be cautious. The going will not be easy within the walls of that encampment. I do remember it got a little bit fierce over there. Though my last character I did this with was the minstrel I just mentioned, Kaiden. And that is light armor, right? So maybe I will fare better as a tanky brawler. Let's wreak that vengeance. And I will say the name of the dwarf. I already forgot the name. What was the name of that brother? In revenge for his brother's murder, right. In the name of the brother of Askill, you will die, you scum. Let's fight. Gotta build some metal for this. Because we need that AoE attack, just like that. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. This is where it gets a lot of fun because of the way the combat happens. We can pull multiple enemies like this. That was not the right time to do AoE, but okay. Let's see if we can do it again. There we go. Just punch after punch after punch, man. It never gets old. So much fun. Gotta be careful. I think he summons a couple ads here. Oh, I shouldn't have used the AoE there. Wasn't paying attention. Whoa, 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 whoa. I did not notice my health. Okay. Okay, well, we made it. That was very close. I nearly died right there. We got a Hendrovale. I think that player helped me out right there. Thank you, Gruthgar. That was so funny. You're gonna help out for a bit, take a break, but I will leave the stream up to lurk. Thank you, Vorondaran, as always. For lurking with your emerald sword. I'll see you around. Yeah, okay, I am tanky and all that, but not that tanky. Gotta be careful, gotta be more mindful next time. I think I may not have survived that if it hadn't been for that other player. Thankfully, it worked out. Let's get back to Gondaman. We have also other quests out here, so it would be a good idea to keep them for the tracker. Yeah, let's do them now. I'm under level for a couple of them, but it may be a good idea. The missing third gear, actually. Where would that be? Barrow Whites amongst the old mounds. Okay. This is in the Barrow White area that is way beyond here, I think. We gotta go around. Yeah, we gotta go round here. See you round, going round. Round and round and round and round. That's my entire life right there. A little bit of lag right there, but nothing too bad, I think. It's all manageable, I would say. Well, how's everybody doing on Thursday? Do you have any plans tomorrow for Friday for the weekend? Tomorrow we're gonna have Final Fantasy Friday on the stream. And then Genshin Impact, which I hope works out better this time than it did last Saturday. This is a nice second chance, you know? The blackout that happened on the stream was unfortunate, but maybe it's more of a chance that we can have more of the game from the beginning of the stream. Because of the way it went. It may not have been enough had we done it for the rest of the stream like that. Okay. A trophy for Nethi. And we gotta find that third gear here somewhere. Whoa. Did you hear those punches? It sounded like they didn't land. But they did land. Perhaps you have any plans this weekend to check out the new content? Let me know if you like it. It sounds like it's very short content. So I'm wondering if I want to interrupt the brawling adventures for a little bit to check out Eladan and ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕤 next week. I'm feeling very froggy to do that for next week. Maybe I should have done that for this week instead, but it's alright. Now, the missing third gear. I think we go deeper to those ruins over there. Oh yeah, that rusting coffer there looks a little bit suspicious to me. That cave crawler is not hostile. Well, okay, let's pick that up anyway. That's fine. It's just a regular chest. Boom. A double axe handle to finish off that skeleton. Hey, you know, blunt damage is good against skeletons, right? So, punching skeletons seems like a good idea. It's not piercing, it's blunt damage, if you will. And is this a regular chest also? It's not a scholar thing. Okay, found the missing third gear. That's what we were looking for. Let's get out of here. This is not a good place to be. Not exactly a jolly place of sunshine and rainbows. I do love my places with sunshine and rainbows though. Middle-earth can be really good with those kinds of places. Just go to the Shire. You'll have that. Or perhaps Rivendell, in a way. Lothlorien not as much though. But yeah, that's part of the content in Eladan and ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟's adventures, right? So, worth taking a look at it. Let's get back to Glamir and company. If we continue on, I think we're gonna arrive at about Keledul maybe? Before we end the stream? Yeah, because now it's starting to get into the point in which it overlaps. The quests also overlap with the elven side of things in Ered Luin. So, when I say I'm going to do the entire region with this character, I actually only meant like the dwarf quests and the quests that kind of go for both of them. Because I could still go out of my way to go and do the elven quests, starting from Kelondim. But I won't, not with this character, especially because we did have an elf recently, the minstrel one.
Well met.
Ha! I knew I hadn't been seeing things. This is proof indeed. Here, take these coins as your reward. Wait, something is not right with this skull. Can't you feel it? It's chill. I should not have sent you to that place, and I certainly shall not have you bring this thing to Gondaman.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
There are legends about these old bones. Some say they are moved about by fell spirits from a distant age. Some say that the whites are the restless dead, but even I know better than that. The will that stirs those bones does not belong in Middle-earth. Something should be done about these creatures, but they are beyond my ken. Perhaps the elf, brave enough to keep vigil here will know how to deal with this threat. His name is ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕤𝕤, and he dwells just on the other side of this ruin. I mean, right in front of him. Show him the skull and see if he knows what to do with it. Couldn't you just show it to him? He's a few steps away from you. Just like, pull out your hand and he will see it. But okay, here we are.
Sweelad Melon.
What is this? This is of great concern to me. Your merchant friend was wise to send you to me.
Megavanen.
Hey, he's right here. You don't need to speak of him in third person. Even if we're whispering, he might be able to hear it, given how close we are. Whites roam the barrows of ℂ𝕠𝕟. I know not what this portends, for never before have such creatures been seen in these lands. They are the creatures of the Witch King of Angmar. This boat sailed for Eriador and perhaps for all of Middle-earth, for eyes which should be turned south may turn north instead and be blinded to the larger threat. As it ever is with evil, no doubt a greater will drives the lesser amid the barrows. It is that greater will which must be destroyed. Only thus will Angmar's designs for Eretluin be hindered. Take this elf stone into the barrows and place it upon the largest standing stone. It is a white stone near a ruined building. The elf stone bears such a virtue that may cause the greater will of which I spoke to be drawn forth, and you must confront it. Hey, shoutouts to Standing Stone Games, as we're literally using a standing stone. Haha. It's like the title drop, right? Like the big title drop in like a movie or a series. Yes, we have now encountered a new hope. I guess you could say the Empire strikes back. This is the return of the Jedi. So, this is now the Fellowship of the Ring. We have Orthanc and we have the Tower of Sauron. Well, I think it was another tower. You could say these are the two towers. Aragorn is back. It's the return of the king. I'm sorry. I like being silly like that sometimes. Let's avoid that wolf. Actually, didn't I have a quest involving wolves? I do have a quest involving wolves. Let's fight. Let's punch some wolves in the face. And we also have a deed called Wolf Slayer. But I'm not focusing on the deeds. I'm not gonna go out of my way to do the deeds in Eretluin here. FYI. Not even the exploration deeds, I think. I don't think so. If I'm feeling froggy enough to do them, like it's good to have some extra LOTRO points, right? I probably will just do them off the stream. If I feel like doing them with this character. And I should have opened with first strike. I keep forgetting to do that. Let's do it here. Very nice. Super quick battles, are they not? Let's fight this goblin. May as well. Oh, nice, and we got a level up. Can we get an exclamation mark level up in the chat? And the emotes if you have them. You can either subscribe to get them, or just unlock it with Star Particle channel points for 24 hours. It's the Kaide up emote. There's also the finger up emoji. It fits the occasion as well. Oh, and I got a new skill. Let me see what I got. Knee strike. You bring your knee up in a sudden strike. So now we go beyond boxing. Now it starts turning into more martial arts. I like the sound of this. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to remove that. Hold on. There we have low strike. Knee strike is supposed to be right here. There we go. That's what I meant to do. Ooh, I really want to do that one. And I have an opportunity here, maybe. But no. The wolf just died too quickly. In a future battle, I'll try to remember it. It will do. It will have minus 30% target run speed. Nice. So now it really is martial arts. We start using more than the arms. We start using the legs as well. Let's go. A little bit of Muay Thai, if you will. Kickboxing, perhaps.
What do you need?
The dwarfs of Gondamon will be grateful for these pelts when winter arrives, Brofast. Thank you. Glad to be of service. At your service and your families. Let's talk to Askill. The vengeance for your brother has been wrought upon. The leader of those scoundrels right there.
What do you want?
Ah! So you have done my will and slain the villain who killed my brother. You have done well, Brofast. But it is strange. I feel no pressure at this news. The Darhans will choose a new captain, and nothing will change. There must be more that we can do, something that will truly hurt them.
Might you lend me an ear?
Though we Longbeards were able to throw the Darhans out of most of our steadings after they revealed their true evil 2 years ago, they are as yet still too strong for us to fight them in the field. The last major Darhan holding an Ered Luin is the river port of ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕤𝕠𝕟. It is at ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟 where much of their remaining strength is concentrated, and it is at ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟 where they stockpile their stolen wealth, the treasure they robbed from us during the long years of their tyranny in Thorin's halls. You have proven yourself to be a capable warrior and a true friend. If you can raid ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟 and recover the stolen treasure, not only will you be striking a blow for Durin's folk, you will be dealing a sharp blow in my brother's name as well. Sure thing. This one will have to wait a little bit, as I get other quests that are going to take place in ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟. We will do them there. But yes, we are arriving at ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟, and pretty much things end at ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟. It's been a while since I've done the dwarven side of the main quest, but we have to talk to the ranger that was here. I think it was Langlass at the cabin, and it all ends in an instance raiding ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟. So not the ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟 area itself, but more like an instance. Vlinder Hunches, you're a superstar. Thank you for that follow. Are you Vlindril by any chance? Are you my friend Vlindril under another name, or just somebody with a similar name? Let's see. Yeah, this is at the Hunter's Lodge. There's a couple of other quests in there involving a nice little lynx cub. I'm gonna be doing that. But for now, we have other things.
Help me.
Though my brother is avenged, I fear that in my sorrow I spoke too plainly to a younger dwarf who now risks his own life to avenge his own brother, a member of Geller's company. Blech, sorry, I read that with really different cadence that I should have. I spoke too plainly to a younger dwarf who now risks his own life to avenge his own brother, a member of Geller's company. The dwarf, Sigurdor, went towards ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟 to avenge his brother, but likely is at a tower on the outskirts of the port with the deposed dogmaster Svarnver. Follow the roadies beyond Thrasi's cabin towards the shore and keep an eye out for Sigurdor. I pray you are not too late to stop his folly. Oh, you're somebody else. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. And apologies if I mispronounce your name. It means butterfly dogs. That's very lovely. Yeah, there's a friend I have that has a similar sort of name, at least from like the first half of the name. Let's see, that's the housing broker quest. Let's just ignore that. Do I have the trivial quest thingy enabled? Actually, let me open the options. I said it correct? Okay. Vlinder Hunches. Maybe I said it incorrectly now, but there you are. There you are. Did I have that enabled? Where was it? This is combat, this is social. UI. No, perfect? Okay. Well, thank you for clarifying that. And the follow and all that. Hope your Thursday is going well, Vlinder. Vlinder, sorry. Loading Destiny. Blah, 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 blah. Overhead quest icons, very important, of course. Chat bubbles. I remember enabling it when I also enabled the chat bubbles. It's always very important. Since I end up doing a lot of other things, I also end up over-leveling a lot of quests, so it's important for me to do those. Quest guide on map, quest guide on radar. Yes, show trivial quest icons in radar is enabled. Equipped items only in repair UI. Huh? Only equipped items are shown in the repair window? Oh yeah, I definitely don't want to enable that. Always loot all. Okay. It's actually worth checking out if there's anything else I may want to enable here. But we're good now. Ah, day's almost over. Gotcha. Gotcha. Almost Friday then. Any plans for the weekend? What about you, LOTRO family, LOTRO maniacs? Has anybody checked out the newest content yet with Eladan, Elro here? I'm still thinking whether checking it out next week on next week's LOTRO stream or going for more of the brawler. I guess I could do both, honestly. I mean, the thing about this latest content is that it sounds so short. It says 5 missions, if I read it correctly.
It sounds like 5 quests, but it probably means like 5 quest lines, maybe? Because if it's 5 quests, I mean, depending on what you do in them, it may not take you more than like 2 hours, 1 hour. Relaxing and playing LOTRO sounds like a plan. Sounds like a solid plan, Flinder. Oh yeah, let me mount up so we get there faster. I'm definitely gonna log into LOTRO off the stream to send some extra food to my character here. I have trail food right now. Yeah, when it runs out, I'm gonna get those cooked carrots right there. So now we bring it to this standing stone. Not talking about the company. Talking about a literal standing stone. And defeat a Barrow White Guardian. There's plenty of stuff to do before we head out to ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕤𝕠𝕟 formally. What I'm curious about, because I don't remember, is whether we end with the same instance as the elves end on their, like, prologue of the main quest. I just love it when stories overlap and converge like that. It's the best thing ever. ESO has similar storytelling. SWTOR is all about that storytelling. Final Fantasy XIV doesn't have that because it's just really one character that you're gonna do. But yeah. But hey, it's still masterful storytelling. Or so I've heard. I still have yet to experience more. But hey, tomorrow we're gonna continue that beautiful main story quest in Final Fantasy Friday in Limsa Lominsa. And it's likely we may do some other thaumaturge quests, because I'm probably gonna make it to level 25, which is the next level I need to continue those quest lines. That may depend on how I feel about it, because we also have to go back to Ul'dah for that, but we will see. Oh yeah, the knee strike. I forgot to use the knee strike. I'd like to see the animation for that. And I think this is a really good opportunity to use it. Uh-oh, got 2 enemies here. We can handle them. Famous last words, right? Ooh, nice knee strike. I may have hit the knees of the enemy with my own knee, but as long as it works, as long as it works. I don't have a cleanser. I'm very tempted to just buy those potions that like cleanse you of effects. Potions that nobody really buys now, I would say. I remember using like 1 or 2 of them, like maybe once or twice. And it's such a shame because they always are like of multiple colors and stuff. They look like so much fun to use. I am very easy to please when it comes to stuff like that. You give me a video game with like enemies just having a palette swap, and you got me sold on the game. Well, as long as the gameplay is good, right? Nothing frustrating. But like, you have a platformer or an RPG in which the enemies at the later stages are pretty much the same, just a different color. That's enough for me to be sold on the game. That's like, yeah, it's really good game design, in my opinion, even. Some MMOs have that. LOTRO kind of has that with some enemies. Not too much, though. It's not the type of setting that has, like, very different colors for enemies and stuff like that. But it's always nice. Like a Dragon Quest slime as well. That's a good example. You have the blue slime be the default one, but then you have special ones like a pink slime or the super rare metal slime. Super rare, very, very difficult to defeat. Because it just runs away very quickly.
Well met.
Well done. I see that some dwarves are worthy after all. You have indeed accomplished a great deed this day. Those cursed lands will still be dark and haunted, but one hopes they will no longer pose an imminent threat. Hey, I see that some dwarves are worthy after all. That's racist to say. Well, it's the relations that they have together. Neither of these things are good for me, so probably just sell that.
How may I be of service to you?
Hey, dwarves and elves can be friends. We can be friends all together. After all, we do have common enemies, do we not? With Angmar and Mordor encroaching. Minas Morgul as well. Gundabad, if you will. among other places perhaps. For now, this is still the Shadows of Angmar content, so perhaps we should be focusing on Angmar itself. I'm hoping to have more time to continue the offline adventures. Well, off-stream adventures with my main Bolston. Unless you would like to see me stream with Bolston again, honestly, I could do that. But what I was planning to do was to once again do the Shadows of Angmar content with my minstrel self and the Warden. But I may run a poll on that, depending on how you would like to do it. And I do it with Bolston. The objective with Bolston is that I catch up with the latest content as well, so that I can always check it out when it comes out. Although it would also involve spending money depending on what it is, if it's an expansion like Gundabad. But it would be worth it. This is why I also wanted to check out the Eladan Elrohir stuff. I want to make it a point more to check out the latest releases. Because in LOTRO I haven't done that so much as of late. And other games I played, as well as the Yondershire adventures we did recently, opened my eyes as to how fun that can be. How engaging it can be, how good it can be for a live stream. At least in my opinion. I don't know, Maniacs, what would you like to see when it comes to LOTRO on the stream, and other games for that matter?
I am at your service.
Askel told me not to go, but I would hear nothing of his warning. My brother Arndor was not much older than myself, and I felt I must avenge him. I failed. The Darhans are too rooted within that port for one dwarf, more miner than warrior, to this lodge. You, though, you are a hale and hearty warrior, else you would not be here. You can see my muscles. You can see my muscles, I'm sure. The muscles of a martial artist dwarf in Middle-earth. I did attempt to fight my way through the port in search of the leader, to no avail. His cowardice keeps him well hidden, and his lackeys gave my legs a good beating. Were it not for Svanner, I likely would have fallen to them as well. I failed to avenge Arndor. I am not fit for another foray, but you have helped Askel, and I hope that you will help me. Below us, in the valley to the east, lay the port of ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟, and therein the Darhans. Will you go there and strike down a goodly number of the forces there, so I might be able to give my brother the vengeance that he deserves? So, shall we head into ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟 right now? We have the treasure box quest, and we have the dwarf slaying quest. We might as well, I think. I notice I have an orange quest here. So it doesn't necessarily have to be only at ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟, from what the map is showing me here. But of course we should go there because we have the treasure box quest as well. Am I on their level for ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟? Level 12 I think should be fine, but I don't remember. We will have a lot of enemies clustered together. So we gotta be a bit careful. But otherwise, yeah, heavy armor, you know. Good for tanking. Good to be tanky like this. You can do it on level 12, yes. I'm noticing that now. A level 11 enemy there. Another one here. Let's not go out of our way to fight it. This Hendroball, though. Rather, we're gonna go for the treasure boxes, and any dour hands that stand in my way are the ones I will fight. Like these two right here. Let's do that beautiful AoE. Let's go. A need strike for you, you maniac. You scoundrel. There we are. There are still gonna be more quests in here, though. But we'll do them later. Nothing wrong with having to come back anyway. I don't mind. I personally don't mind. A stout dour hand. Hey, let's see how stout you are, you scoundrel. No, no! Fight on, my kinsmen! Your life is indeed done. You can use the exclamation mark scoundrel command. It's a good time to be using that right now. Gotta be more wary of my health. I wasn't paying attention to it. It's fine right now, but just reminding myself of it. Look at that knee strike, it's so good. In this case, I do actually hit their face with my knee because they're the same size as me. But if it's a higher enemy, it just ends up hitting their knee also. Or even their groin. That could be really good.
Makes sense if you hit their groin with a knee, like, wow, that's gonna be a lot of pain, I imagine. Speaking of dealing pain, let's continue the fight. Tatakai no toki wa ima, tatakai no toki ga kita. Tatakai no toki da. Ikuzo. That is the time for fight in Japanese. Well, that's a way you can translate it. I've been slowing down a little bit on my Japanese learning that I was doing on Duolingo. Mostly Duolingo, which means it's gonna have its limitations as to what I learn. I was already getting into a lesson that was teaching me greetings and certain words. The problem here is that, like, they start going into kanji characters. And I'm not from Japan. No, I'm learning Japanese, Blinder. Learning Japanese is something that's very important for me to do, especially since I do a lot of vocal covers in Japanese as well. And in the VTuber side of things, I do lean very much into the traditional anime-like VTuber stuff. Traditional idol-like VTuber. Because being a VTuber doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna be anime-styled, like me. But I definitely lean into that, so... It's very important for me to learn Japanese. But I've been slowing down a little bit as I'm focusing more on other things that I'm doing. But it's definitely a goal of mine. Currently learning hiragana. I still haven't quite mastered it, and I need to relearn how to write it by hand. That's the thing that I forgot how to do. Duolingo is really good for that kind of practice. Also Lingo Deer, another similar application that I need to get back to. BRB, no problem. We may actually end the stream before you come back, if you can still hear me, but no problem nonetheless.
I am at your service.
My brother may not know this has been done, but I do, and this will give me leave to rest at night. I am ever in your debt, Brofast. I will miss my brother, but I will know that his death is avenged, and that our hands are weakened now to a point where we Longbeards may drive them, finally, from our lands. Glad to be of service, my friend. Sorry for your loss, but I will give you the vengeance you deserve to give. I should make like a macro for emotes. I still haven't done that. That's another thing that I can do off the stream. You know what the problem with that is, though? I'm gonna have to do it character by character. To make them be, to put them in bars as macros or something like that. I've been doing this in other games, but even though I've been playing LOTRO and doing emotes for so long, it's still something I haven't done. I still always just type them. It would probably save me a lot of time to have them as a button that I can just click. Though not every character is gonna have the room for them necessarily. Like this one has it, but that's because I'm lacking a lot of skills. You may be able to see it right next to me. I'm covering part of it, but I have two vertical bars in the lower right corner of the screen. In this character, you can see there's plenty of space still for those things. Usually the things I put here are cosmetic pets and travel skills, crafting skills, that sort of thing. For example, other like skills that are semi-passive, like switching stances on a hunter or something like that. For a character like Bolston, for example, I end up putting a lot of my travel skills because he's a hunter here, so there's not that much space. So I need to be mindful of that. The emotes that I would put on every character would probably be hail or hello or wave, bow, a nice bow. Probably the basic dances or one of the basic dances. Yeah, because if I put all the dances, it's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be a lot of them. It's a lot of them. We're talking about at least a dozen. Like you have man, elf. Let me count them. You have man, elf, and I think there's man and woman. But no, okay. Man, elf, dwarf, hobbit. Each of them have 2 dances. That's 8. Then the default dances are 3. Hold on. Let me take a look.
No, they are 4. There's 1, 2, 3, and there's the one that doesn't have a number. So 8 plus 4, 12. So yeah, that's a dozen at least. And there's some others here and there that I'm forgetting. Dancing the jig, for example. So that's a lot. They're very important though for role-playing events, for music events, which are very plentiful in Laurelin. Very plentiful. You know, I just remember right now. I just realized right now, I just remembered. I missed Weatherstock this past weekend. I didn't watch it. I don't think I was going to attend this server, but I forgot about it completely. I should take a look at a VOD for that. There's gotta be a VOD for it. Did anybody go to Weatherstock, LOTRO family, LOTRO maniacs? If so, I hope it was fun. I really should have that. I was just very busy with like my live streams and other things I was doing. I completely forgot about that because July is the time for Weatherstock. And I completely forgot about it. That's in Landrovel, not in this server, but it's still worth mentioning. Yeah, like it would have been nice to lurk during the live stream, at least. But as long as the VODs are there, it's all good. What I'm hoping to see back though is the Harnkeger games. Whether I'm there as a participant or even as a member of the staff. Since I am part, not with this character, but I am part of the Blue Mountains Regiment, which is one of the 2 organizing guilds. The 2 organizing kinships, I should say. But I prefer to be a player when it comes to those things. It's been so much fun though. Let's talk to Askel again. All's well that ends well, kind of. Let's just wait.
Greetings.
Very well done. I think my brother would be satisfied with this blood prize. I will send this treasure to Thorin's halls, and perhaps we can use it to defeat the Dour Hands once and for all. Yeah, neither of these armors is gonna be any better for me, since heavy armor is what I'm looking for. I see he has a gray quest ring. We're gonna get that. And as for this is plus 6 might, we're definitely replacing the slim copper armband right here. Gelir's death has been avenged and our treasure restored. Your name will live on in our songs. I'm trying to... Oh, wait, this is probably a higher level quest instead, not a lower level one. That gray quest ring. You have brought peace to my brother's memory, Brofast. Thank you. Alright, yeah, let's see what else there is to do. Ah, yes, okay, we have to defeat these spiders. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do some spider slaying right here. Very well. Let's get to it. Let me serve myself a little bit more mate. I'm drinking yerba mate right now. I am nearly out of water, so that means I'm nearly finished with it. Yerba mate has been one of the best things to give me energy, personally. I've been trying energy drinks recently, and at first they kind of worked. Like, they would give me energies, but they wouldn't wake me up, sorry. But then they stopped working. I don't know if I developed a tolerance or something, but they stopped working. But still, I would drink tea and it still works like a charm. Oh no, I'm not using any mint or lemon, but it's a good idea, Dapper. Next time I can use some. I haven't drunk mate in a while, so I just want to have it as it is. It's been a while since I've tried it with lemon. It's good with lemon too. What else have I tried with it? I have tried something else. I forgot what it was. I think it was cardamom. Yeah, I think it was cardamom that I added on it. Cardamom is awesome. Be it coffee, be it tea, be it yerba mate, it fits in with all of those. Your abuela drinks it hot for winter? You want to drink it again soon? Oh yeah, yeah. I'm drinking it hot. It's not winter, but hey. I want to thank my air conditioner for being a faithful companion and great help to me. Yeah. It's definitely hot out there. It's definitely hot out there. Global warming, unfortunately. I have noticed recently that apparently it's not just this country or that other country. It's like 70% of the world right now is having a huge heat wave. But yeah. The yellow cans they sell in stores are tasty, but it's mostly sugar. Are you talking about energy drinks now? Yeah. The ones I've had are very sugary. I may still give them a try again. I really want to give a try to those fancy gamer aimed ones. Advanced.gg, Focus, and the other one that I keep forgetting the name of seem really good. Maybe they'll hit me better if they don't have any sugar. But I tell you, these ones are not even like... I took an energy drink the other day and I fell back asleep. I drank the whole thing. It was like 150 milligrams of caffeine. Over 400 milliliters. And, well, I fell back asleep for several hours after that. What is that madness? I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It just didn't work on me. That's my biology, my metabolism. I don't know. But tea and mate. Coffee sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work for me. When it works, it's really good. But when it doesn't work, you know. Sometimes it even gets me sleepy, sometimes it just doesn't do anything. So I may as well go back to what works for me. But I still want to insist on drinking some energy drinks here and there. I gotta say, I'm a sucker. When I see they just have this fancy can, or they look like this fancy... They have this fancy tub art or something, it just draws me in. But I'm not gonna go overboard with them, though. Definitely not. Oh, you were talking about yerba mate, guayaki. Okay. Never heard of that. The caffeine is a joke now? Yeah. And I know at least with coffee it's not tolerance. With the energy drink, I may have developed a tolerance very fast. I refuse to drink more than one per day, though. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's only being one per day. Or at least a certain amount. In this case, I can measure it by cans because it's being cans. But if I start doing it with those tubs, those ones that come in tubs, I measure it a little bit differently, probably, like by like milliliters or something. But yeah, with them I develop a tolerance, but with coffee it's always been like that. It's like 50% likely to work on me. Like there's these periods of time in which it always works. It always wakes me up really nicely. Gives me some nice energy, motivation even. But then there's others, and I'm talking about any sort of coffee. This can be the lowest quality, like easy to make coffee that you can just put in water and boom, it's immediately done. Or a high quality coffee that is done very well, French pressed or with a coffee machine, well prepared in a coffee shop. It's the same. It's the same effect with all of them. Whether it's it actually works or not, but yeah. You mostly just have water with a slice of lemon or mint or cucumber. Very refreshing if it's so warm. Nice. Cucumber. Hola, Adam. How's it going? ¿Cómo está tu jueves? O bueno, tal vez es viernes para ti, de hecho. De hecho, tal vez es viernes. Did you understand what I said right there? If not, let me know and I'll ask you again in English. I'm thinking of doing more Spanish streams. As I start figuring this out, I think I'm gonna ask some other content creators how they do it, but I want to start incorporating Spanish more and more. Especially since I may do more vocal covers in the future. Yes, what I said right there, so everybody can be in the loop as well. I asked Adam how was his Thursday, or maybe it's Friday for him already. That's why. Oh yeah, we have to fight these spiders, so let's go. You're ambushing me, but I have to fight you anyway, so bring it on. Bring it on, Spidey. You're not a friend of Peter Parker, so I know you're not friendly. I've been having this little spider in a corner of my bathroom that built like a little web. And I saw that it caught like a fly there the other day. I have not done anything to it, you know? I try to be friendly with spiders, like not disturb them, because they also help you to get rid of some plagues, as long as it's nothing like a big spider that is like nightmare fuel or something like that. So yeah, I've been having a little friend there. As long as they don't do anything. It's not a big spider or anything. Just a cute little one. But just gotta be careful because sometimes I gotta I kind of have to do a double take because it kind of surprises me sometimes when I see it. Because it moves sometimes, doing its thing there. So yeah, spiders pay their rent. Exactly, exactly. For catching mosquitoes or flies, yeah. So hey, live your life. I will say though, if they start like, I get really sloppy with cleaning sometimes. So if spider webs gather in an area that I need to clean up, unfortunately I have to like just destroy it. Yeah, they're rent by killing insects I don't like. Yeah, yeah. Let me see. Let's catch up with the chat. I think I missed something. SOA, COA is pretty good, and the energy is green tea coffee extracts. Yeah, Dapper. Advanced.gg is a gamer-themed sort of energy drink, but it also caught my attention because it has a lot from green tea, and it has like theanine in it. I've rarely ever had a jittery effect from coffee or energy drinks, but it's always good to avoid that if you can, with the theanine. I guess that's another reason why tea is so good for me. I rarely ever get jittery or anxiety from those things. Maybe it's because coffee and energy drinks don't always work on me, but yeah. You're rocking peppermint tea? Nice! I'm having some yerba mate right now, Adam. We were talking about that right before you came in. I'm not having it with mint though, but that's a good idea. I don't have any mint though. I don't have any mint that I can add to it, but I have cardamom. That kind of works, I think. And I have finished my water. So that is the last of that mate right there that I have finished. But yeah, if my spider friend ends up increasing the By the way, weren't we looking for someone right here? Yeah, there's somebody here that we're looking for. I think we have to go all the way in here. So let's keep going in. If that web increases for my spider friend, I will have to take action, and I'd rather not. I've never seen a spider like eat or kill a mosquito or fly, I've got to say. It would probably be a little bit disturbing for me, but yeah. Something that I may have to deal with someday. You have a mint plant in your house to make tea or flavor water. Yes, I've seen some people do that. Maybe I should consider doing that. Well, I'm probably gonna forget to do proper maintenance on the plant though. Probably not a good idea for me right now. I'm not good at keeping track of those things. But it sounds just really, really fun. Really effing fun. But I would need to have, yeah, we need to have like actual mint leaves or even powdered mint to be able to add it to my mate. I think I still have some tea bags for like mint tisane, also known as mint tea. Oh, hello there, Snow Spinner Mother. Well, we gotta fight this enemy. We gotta fight it. We see an elite enemy, we gotta fight. Just for the fun of it. Let's do a knee strike. Oh yeah, punching out spiders and kicking them. Striking them. Martial arts against spiders, you love to see it. Who would have thought we would see something like this in LOTRO? I love it. Is that the kitchen counter? Nice. Yeah, we need to get something like that. I have some cinnamon, powdered cinnamon. The cardamom I have is powdered. I have some cloves still. I remember a while ago I did some chai actually, and it turned out good. I actually pulled it off well. Followed the recipe as much as I could. A lot of the ingredients were actually powdered instead of the actual full ingredients, if you will, but it turned out nicely still, and I was very proud of that. So I may do that again. Mint may go well with chai, so there's that. I am an absolute tea maniac for those who may be new to the channel, so I love talking about these things. And if you are a tea maniac too, you are in the right place. Even if you're not though, you are most welcome here. As Aragorn said to Haldir in the movies, you are most welcome. Or rather, as Bilbo said in the Battle of the Five Armies, the movie, tea is at 4,
There's plenty of it. You are welcome anytime. One of my favorite quotes. I don't think it was there in the book, but it's one of those original dialogues that fits perfectly. Like, yeah. The dialogue doesn't need to be 100% exactly as it was. It would be great if it were, but when you have lines like that, they work so well. You love tea and coffee? Nice. I can really have a great taste for coffee. I just don't like, you know, when I say great taste, like going in deeply in the different kinds of coffee brews, roasts, different kinds of preparations that you do with it. But I don't, because it's not always guaranteed to have a good effect on me. Oh, but now you only have a fresh basil and chives plant, so you need to get a mint plant again. Okay. You used to have a rosemary plant dapper, but you had to buy a new plant every year so it would dry out despite our best attempts. Yeah, that's the kind of maintenance I couldn't be bothered to do right now. You definitely enjoy herbal teas for sure. My family has me taking a long break from it due to potential colon problems. And me being a cactus who drinks more coffee and tea over water. Huh. Well, yeah, because the tisanes, that is herbal teas that don't have any... that are not actually teas technically because they're not from the tea plant. They should be called tisanes. Technically, they tend to be healthier for people because they don't have that theanine nor caffeine most of the time. But yeah, it depends on what you may also drink. I feel like they are more chill, if you will, than like tea that will give you a lot of caffeine, right? This black tea that don't drink too much of it because you're gonna drink a lot of caffeine and all that. But yeah. After several attempts on plant placements, my family has managed to keep up a spearmint plant. Nice. You mostly get 2 mugs of black coffee in the morning and rest of the day only water and tea. Yeah, that's what I had been doing recently. Those 2 mugs or so, yeah, of black coffee. I started reducing that first of all because it wasn't doing an effect on me anymore. I tell you, it's like periods of time. For a period of time it works and then it stops working. The coffee I've been taking in the morning hasn't been doing anything. So then I switched to some energy drinks for the first time to see how they went on me, and the first few days it was like, yeah. You know, I imagine energy drinks, for me, they are the equivalent of like the orc drink that they took in Lord of the Rings here. It appears in the book as well, it's not just the movie. It's like a very rough way to wake you up, but it's not really gonna wake you up. There are better ways to go about it, and that's what the elves have. That's what hobbits have maybe with their tea. But yeah, it's a really like very quick and dirty way to wake up, if you will. But that was the problem, that it gave me energies, but it didn't wake me up exactly. Nevertheless, I am very stubborn. I may try it again tomorrow. I didn't have any energy drinks today, by the way. Also partly because I'm having the yerba mate. And I'm trying to be mindful of the amount of caffeine that I'm drinking, not to exceed the 400 milligrams. I can't always fully calculate it though. Hell, right now with the mate I took like 600 milliliters of this, so I don't know how much caffeine I just consumed right now. How much would that be, huh? Actually, let me Google that quickly. Okay, it says 85 milligrams of caffeine per cup. Now, that being said, when they say cup, the thing about mate is that you serve it. Hold on, let me show this on the stream right here. And I am aware that we're in the middle of an ad right now, so I will get back to the chat after this ad break is over. Less caffeine than coffee, but more than a cup of tea. Here's the thing though, the thing is that you keep refilling it. The way you drink it is that you keep refilling it over and over. Is this taking into account all the refills that you do, or is that every drink that you take? Otherwise, I mean, I drank like a dozen cups of mate right now. That can't be right. That can't be right. It's difficult to measure something like that. You got 3 ads? Yeah. It's the ad break. I have 90 seconds of ads every 30 minutes because it removes pre-roll ads for 30 minutes. I don't do it for the money that it gives you. It's just
so that people don't have them when they come into the stream, preferably. Or when we also get rated, right? If you were there from Green Eye Gamer's raid, then you didn't get the ads because of that. So it works out. You never care for black teas, too overpowering for me with their flavors. They're all very different, depends on which ones you're drinking. You don't use sugars, you're on keto diet for 2.5 years, so no sugars and no carbs. Yeah, I don't use I don't use any sugar at all with coffee or tea. Absolutely none. Sugar doesn't give a good taste to them anyway. The times I tried it, just doesn't work. Just doesn't work for me. It's not just about the health. It's just that they don't even like alter the flavor well. Milk, honey, cinnamon, they work nicely. Cardamom, but just sugar, like, doesn't work. And yet I love red hibiscus with rose hip, oranges, apples, strawberries, and raspberry. That sounds lovely, Dapper. And I sweeten teas with honey, sometimes orange blossom, sometimes wildflower from local sources. That sounds so lovely. So lovely. Yeah, my Ceylon black teas can also be really good with cinnamon. I also like having some milk on Earl Grey sometimes. But most of the time I prefer just to have them plain as they are. Very true indeed. It's just that they say 85 milligrams of caffeine per cup. I mean, how do you measure that? A single dose containing 37.5 to 450 milligrams? What the hell are you talking about? That's a ton of caffeine for the maximum dose. That's a very large gap right there. Okay, 11 ounces, 330 milliliters. So how many are in that? Prior to adding hot water. Yeah, it can be topped off with hot water several times before using new leaves to make a new batch. So, it's all based on the thermos I have right here. The thermos I have is 600 milliliters, at least from what I remember. I can measure it if I want to. But I'm pretty sure it's 600 milliliters, so I just consumed 600 milliliters of mate right now. Well, across the day, across the last several hours. So that's what it was, and I'm wondering how much caffeine is in that. Has it really been that much? I do find that mate is the one that has the most powerful caffeine boost out of everything I've ever drunk. Super powerful. And I wonder if it's because it's so much of it that I consume. You never use cinnamon in tea? Yeah, there's some that work well with it. The Ceylon Black works well with it. And I think it can work with Earl Grey, but I haven't tried it. I don't do it all the time anyway. Most of the time it's still just plain. Ceylon Black is like such a refreshing thing. Like, it's so good. With cinnamon, it changes into something very different that's very akin to chocolate. Yeah, you said you only use it in your homemade chocolate milk. It gives you that sort of chocolate flavor. Yeah, with coffee, it works that way too. I think chai uses cinnamon, but I don't think I've tried chai tea yet. Yeah, if I recall, cinnamon was one of the ingredients. Cloves, cardamom. I forget what else is in there. I recommend doing your own chai if you can. I tried it a while ago, and I'm very cumbersome when I prepare a new recipe in cooking, you know. When I learn to cook something, it's really nice. I can get the process done, but I'm always a slow learner with these things. Yeah, with video games, for example, it includes that. But it takes me a while, so it's all very clumsy when I do it first. But I managed to pull it off well, and it was really nice. I was very proud of it. Because I later took another, like, pre-prepared chai, and it was pretty much the same flavor. Pretty much the same flavor. Oh yeah, I did add some sugar in that chai, I will say, yeah. But I think the flavor mostly came from everything else. You enjoy the earthy taste yerba mate has, especially with the mint and honey. Yeah, it's a very unique flavor that I don't think I have ever experienced anywhere else.
Thankfully, there's a spice shop at my town square, and they often do their own tea blends there. Wow, I gotta find myself one of those. I don't think I found anything like that locally. Well, like you know, that also has their own tea blends and stuff. I can find some good spices here and there. But I'm not here. I'm not finding what I'm looking for here. Like 85 milligrams of caffeine per cup. What do you mean per cup, though? Each can contains... No, this is... Ah, this is the Guayaquil you were mentioning, you see? This is the one you were mentioning. I've never drunk this in my life. I would like to maybe drink it to taste it once. Okay, this is like an energy drink. Yeah, this is an energy drink based on mate. That's really cool, actually. Did you say if it included sugar or not? 150 milligrams, like a lot of the energy drinks I've been drinking recently. I haven't had any Red Bull. Red Bull is 80, it's actually less than that. Bang Energy, 300 milligrams. I want to try that out someday and see how it hits me. And with that, guys, I have to say good night. It's past midnight. Vlinder, thank you for being here, for the follow, and for staying for a good while. Go to sleep, go to sleep. Take it easy, have mithril dreams, alright? And I will see you around. Guayaquil yerba mate bottle tea. This looks like a lot of fun to drink. But when I say I drink mate, it's just the traditional one. The traditional one. That you just prepare yourself and all that. How much caffeine in yerba mate? Let me see that. Like, how do you measure it? Because you're doing multiple servings. You're refilling the pumpkin-like flask. I forget what the proper name for it is, but yeah, you keep refilling it. Thank you, Blinder, and have a good rest. Have a good rest. I'll see you around. It's a lot of sugar. They have just a tea variant and also an energy drink and sparkling water. Yeah, loose leaf with a metal straw, and you keep refilling the cup. That looks... The one I have is very similar to this one. It's just made of more plastic than something like porcelain or something like that. I had a porcelain one, but I dropped it because I tend to drop those things as the clumsy person that I can be. The gourd, that's what I meant, the gourd. The gourd, that's the word. Not even sure if I'm pronouncing it right. 70 per cup down to 40 per cup. But what is a cup in this case? Yeah. It's just that if we're talking about 40 milligrams per cup, I must have had like... I don't know. Let me see. We'll get back to LOTRO in a moment, don't worry. 236 milliliters? Okay. Then, I had about 2.5 cups of it. So we're talking about on the maximum one, 70, 140, just a little bit over 150 milligrams if I calculated that right. I don't know. You have the ceramic kind with a straw, but you accidentally drank from the wrong end of the straw? Oh no! How is that possible, Dapper? The straws look very different. Well, it can happen. I know what that can be like. I've never had it the other way around though, because look at it. The two ends are so different from each other. The two ends are like so different from each other. So there's that. So yeah, the comparison there. Yeah, it's a little bit more than coffee given the amount I just had. I'd like to have this conversation with an expert on this. That would probably be a better idea. I'm not sure if I'm calculating it right, but when they say a cup, they mean the measurement by milliliters and ounces of a cup. So a cup is about 200 something milliliters. I had like 2.5 cups worth of mate because I had like 600 milliliters. So if I calculated that right, I don't know. I don't know how many milligrams of caffeine are in one. You know what I should look at? I should take a look at the bag that this mate came in and to see if they say that information. Because if that is the case, I am well within the caffeine limits. I could even just take an energy drink. Well, I'm not gonna do that anymore. Because my caffeine limits are not just based on the amount of caffeine, but the time of the day. When it becomes 6 p.m. for me, no more caffeine. But what we are having, though, is a raid. Let's go. Another raid. Will be stained by their blood. Yes, bring in that high Dapper. Bring in that high ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟. Thank you for that follow. You are now a superstar, but you're also bringing in the invasion from another dimension. Thank you so much, ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟. Good evening to you as well. Good afternoon from me. Good evening to you. Hey, good morning to whoever it is. A good morning to. Hold on, I'm getting attacked by something in game. What were you up to, ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟? Can we get a shout out to ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟 right there? I hope I'm saying your name right. Welcome, invaders from another dimension. I am the superstar host of this channel, the multi-dimensional Tajigen Kaiden, a sentient star cluster in VTuber idol form for your entertainment. Thank you for bringing in the raid. Welcome, raiders. It's the second raid that we're having on the live stream today. What a wonderful day for raiding, eh? We're not doing any raids right now. Oh, thank you, Dapper. Only the mods and me can do a shout out, but I appreciate the sentiment. Well, actually, yeah, let me just do it myself right there. What were you up to in LOTRO today? We are currently playing with a brawler that we started with. I believe this is the third stream. I'm playing with this brawler superstar, bro fast, just punching spiders and goblins and dour hands. It's been so much fun. Look at this absolute pugilist. This boxer, this martial artist in Middle Earth, isn't it lovely? It's been so much fun to play with a brawler. I'm considering stopping the brawler gameplay for a little bit next week to check out the newest Eladan Elrohir content in LOTRO. But it's been so much fun. It was on the... This is the end of a long quest I've had to create a character of every class, indulging in my alcoholism a lot. So, I have 11 characters now, until we get another class, which... we might get if some rumors are to be believed. But yeah. Just continuing with Gundabad's story. Nice, nice. Still not played Brawler yet? Brawler? Sorry. This particular straw has the little nib, then a sort of filter that screws on with almost a pinprick of a hole for the tea to go through. Okay, yeah, it might be a different one then. Yeah, the two straws I have are pretty much the same. One is like more fancy looking than the other, but they both work just the same. They're both fine. They're both fine. We were just talking about tea and other sources of caffeine like energy drinks, coffee, even Coke maybe. And I mean Coca-Cola, not talking about cocaine. Don't do that, kids. Don't ever do that. So yeah. Because I'm an absolute tea maniac, but I've also been experimenting a little bit with energy drinks to see what they're like. But yeah, I don't know how much caffeine I may have drunk here. I mean, if we go for the maximum amount that they said right there... Well, they said 85 milligrams per cup also. So if I calculate that... 85 times 2.5... it's a little bit over 200 milligrams of caffeine, so... still well within the limits. I could even just take a cup of coffee before or after this. I think I'm gonna experiment with that tomorrow, maniacs. I'm gonna have an energy drink. And I'm gonna have some mate. Not immediately one after the other. Another thing I do when it comes to my caffeine consumption is that when I take one, I mostly wait, especially when it's something like very heavy and very like heavy in lack of a better word, like an energy drink. Very punchy, if you will, like an energy drink. I wait some hours in between them. So let's say I start my day with a Monster. A 150 milligram drink of caffeine, I mean, and at least 2 or 3 hours pass, preferably 3, before I go for some tea. Before I go for like a 1 liter of black tea, of green tea, of some Darjeeling or Earl Grey or whatever, or for my big doses of yerba mate, right? The whole 600 milliliters of it. Or perhaps even matcha. I need to start measuring also in matcha how much I may get, because mate and matcha are the two that are the
the most like highest in terms of caffeine content. But yeah, what class were you playing, Spomona? What race were you playing? What class? It's always fun to know what other people are playing. As I said, here we are on the Laurelin server as the Dwarf Brawler Brofast. I love the name of this character, Brofast, suggested by one of my friends and supporters here on the stream. And it just works so well. There's your Brofast. He's actually bald, but for some reason this headgear just comes with like a wig on it. So I don't know. He will eventually lose his hair when I give him another outfit, I guess. This is cosmetically here because it's the starter brawler outfit, but it just looks so good that I want to keep using it like that. Does my yerba mate bag have a bear on it? No. No. You might be confusing it with a different drink. No, it's pretty much mate. It's from... I don't remember if it's from Uruguay or Argentina. I don't think it's from Argentina. I've had another one that's from Argentina, but it's not that one. Uruguay is like the origin country of mate, but Argentina has become the one that consumes it the most, I think. What a lovely thing from South America. Truly. I really want to try matcha, but from someone who prepares it right. Oh yeah, you just have to get them and it's not difficult to do. It's not difficult to do it. It's not necessary to do it with the traditional tools, but I do have them and it's really nice to prepare it like that. It's fun. It's fun to do the little ceremony. Depending on how serious you go with it, you can just do it very casually. You don't have to go super prepared or serious as you see like the most formal of ceremonies. Like you have to take your time, warming the cup and all that. Not necessary. But yeah, the whisk and the bowl and the special spoon for it, I have it. I have it. You main an elf minstrel on Evernight, but majority of my characters are on Laurelin as well. Oh, nice, yeah. You can transfer them between one or the other because they're both European servers, so it works out. That's really cool. My first character was in Evernight, but eventually I just realized that I'm gonna put all my eggs in the Laurelin basket, so I transferred that first character to Laurelin. I may have some monster character in Evernight, but I don't remember.
Hear me out, traveler.
I'm just like fully all in Laurelin. Like, you know, I'm already so spread out between 11 characters, so probably won't have time for other characters in other servers. There would just be like characters for specific events, like a dwarf in Land Travel for Weatherstock or something like that. Which I didn't attend this last weekend, but I'm hoping to take a look at the VOD. Let's continue here. Please help me escape from these horrible spiders. I was gathering herbs and didn't notice them stalking me. I've been trapped here for days. All right. Thank you for finding me. Let's get out of here now. Watch it, more spiders. All right, we're gonna have to do some protection here. Lay all your love on me. Don't give ways to my emotions. Level up, that's what I'm talking about. It's not much too farther, I hope. Let me remove this from the tracker. Careful! Uh-oh, careful indeed. Let me, I say lay all your love on me because I want them to focus on me. It's me you gotta be concerned about, sunshines. Lay all your love on me. I gotta tank it out right here. Good thing I'm a brawler, right? I'm not exactly a guardian or warden, but this works too, very much. Yeah, like we want to do the first strike so that we can really have the aggro fully on us and not on Bercy. He can handle himself a little bit, but it's best if I don't let the enemies get to him too much. Otherwise, we fail this escort quest. Watch it! More spiders! Oh, that hiss they make is so dreadful. If I ever hear a spider IRL make a hiss, I'm just gonna burn down the whole building in which I found them. Unless I find them outside, I'm just gonna burn something down. If I have that experience. Listen to that! That's what I meant. Give me a second, I gotta focus on this. I'll catch up with the chat in a moment. If I lay my eyes off the game for one moment, Bercy's gonna die, I fear. Should have used the AoE right there. First strike also. Another reason to concentrate on the fight, so to speak. Ah, there we go. I think we're nearly finished. We may have to fight that sicklefly queen. Not the insect I was expecting to fight, but there we are. It's fun to be punching. Like a dwarf pugilist. Thank you so much for rescuing me. I'll be fine from here on out. A fist-fighting brawler boxer. Great alliterations right there, right? Trying to look up this drink blend without a name is annoying. Google thinks I'm talking about alcoholic drinks. What are you talking about? What drink blend? One with matcha or anything else we talked about? Yeah, it sucks. Sometimes some drink blends can have that. Hell, sometimes I love drinks. I love drinking. For example, listen to what I'm saying right now. I love talking about drinks. Not just drinks with caffeine, but like all sorts of drinks. But the way I say it, it sounds like I'm talking about alcoholic drinks, but I don't actually drink that much alcohol. No. I'm just talking about drinks in general. I like drinking things. Whether it's chocolate or tea or tisanes, milk. Well, not milk, but drinks made with milk. Of course, water. All sorts of beverages. It's always been fun for me. Shakes, for example, they can be fun too. Even if they don't have any tea. I want to get more into that. I feel like maybe I should have gotten a job as a barista. But I never, that never happened to me. It's not something I ever did. You know, when I was younger and able to afford a lower wage, if I took a job like that, it would probably not be good for me. But yeah. The white powder with a bear on it. Oh, okay. It's more than likely a yerba mate, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, it might be fun to take a look at the brand, yeah. Where I buy the mate, there's a lot of brands of them. All of them, I think, come from South American countries. That's the thing. So if it's like something from beyond South America, I don't know. Yeah, they're all South American countries. That's the origin place of mate. I mean, it's the best place to have them. It's like getting a tea from China. Getting a matcha from Japan is like the source. The heart of the thing, you know? You wanna go for the best. Not that there's not that there aren't good things outside of it, but it's a guarantee of good quality. So Uruguay, Argentina, maybe Paraguay, I think. Those are the big three that are really high on yerba mate. Maybe Chile, maybe Brazil. I don't know. If anybody's from those countries, you can tell me. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I personally, I know a fellow VTuber, a fellow streamer that is big into mate, and I think is originally from Argentina. And I watched a TV show called Los Simuladores, The Pretenders, you could translate it to, in which, yeah, you would have some people drink mate here and there on the scene, so I got a little bit acquainted with Argentinian culture from that, because it's a show from Argentina. Oh, your mom and abuela are Chilean. So your grandmother, right? Your abuela. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, with this aim that I have to eventually incorporate more Spanish on the streams for a dual language experience and eventually even have a full Spanish-only stream, it's difficult for me to figure out how to do that without like alienating you, the viewers that are already here, right? Because English would still be the main language. That's what I hope to have. I don't want Spanish to overtake it. And I don't even want it to be 50-50 either. I do want English to be the main one. Because as much as I know Spanish, I do still express myself better in English. All things considered. And well, when I eventually learn Japanese, that may also be incorporated. And doing more covers in Spanish as well. It's a lot of fantastic Spanish versions of music, of anime music, that I want to cover. But yeah, I haven't tried out that many other brands of mate, because the one that I use is called Rosa Monte, that I believe is done in Paraguay, Uruguay, or it could even be from Argentina, I don't remember, but yeah, you know, one of those three that I mentioned. They are just so good. That brand is just so good that I try not to experiment with it too much, but I still want to taste the others and see what they're like. Some of them already blend mint into them. They're okay, but it makes me want to go back to the original after a while. Like, I don't want to have it mixed into it already most of the time. You confused by an image you found. It has a yerba mate gourd and bombilla, but with a Yixin teapot next to it, I guess to store the hot water. Some sellers just list it without really knowing what it is. You can sort of tell some of them like are not really high quality because they picture things that are not really there, not really part of it. I've seen, you know what I've seen happen? So, a method of tea that's very popular, that's the best tea brewing method if you have a pure tea, is the gongfu type of method. Yeah, we talked about that in a previous tea watching stream. And I've talked about it here and there, but it's a preferable way to do it. But I only do that when I'm not streaming, because if I do that while I'm streaming, I'm not going to be able to do it properly. So when you search Gong Fu to find the right utensils for it, because you need like a particular type of gaiwan, a particular type of tea, a little bowl to do it in, which only holds like 100 milliliters maybe, it's not a lot. You have to look for particular types. Like the Yixin teapot may be good for that too, right? And sometimes when you look it up, they use an auto translator or they use an auto corrector on it. And when you're searching it, it tells you Kung Fu. So not Gong, you know, G-O-N-G, Gong Fu. It tells you Kung Fu, like the martial arts. T Kung Fu set or something like that. And you can tell like there was no quality check right there. They're just trying to sell something they had in the back of the store or something. I don't know. It's really funny. It was probably an autocorrect of some sort because Gong Fu is not as known as Kung Fu is, I guess. I don't know, but it's really funny. It's really funny. Your help is most appreciated, Brofast. This plight of spiders might have spread throughout ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟. Thank you.
What do you need?
This will do well. It is strange to think that these spiders are able to capture and slay bears as strong as the thick jaws roaming the furthest sections of eastern ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕠. I will begin my research immediately. I can promise nothing. I am in your debt, and the peoples of ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕠 will know what you have done here.
May I help you?
Well, you don't need to be in my debt. Just pay me for the things I'm selling you, and I will pay you for the repairs. Thank you very much. Alright, less and less quests as we continue on this. There's also the main story here. You know, we may actually be able to get further into the story today than I thought. Let's see how far we can make it before we end the stream, and yeah. Can we actually finish the ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕠 story today? I feel like there's still a few levels off, but... You know, we may actually be able to finish that. I could just run the stream until we finish that. And next week we have a guaranteed Eladan Elrohir content right there. We could do it with our Warden. She's like level 24 or 25 right now. She's a good level for it. Yeah, why not? Is the return of Machai Hobbit Warden. Or if I have another character that's on the level, preferably in the 20s so I'm not too over leveled. I think that's the level, I don't know. It may go further than that. Mist did initially tell me earlier that it's level 50 plus, so I'm not sure. But this is working out nicely. I overestimated the amount of content we have to do here maybe? I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk to Langlass on the cabin and see what other things there are to do. Still a couple of things here. Oh, wait, yeah. There's some areas that I may still do. It's a little bit different on the dwarven side, but there was this area with a lot of goblins. I forgot what he was called. Which one is it? Is it Clovenvale? No. It's not a Sarnur, is it? Orodost? Actually, I have something in Orodost. And I also have to go back to Thorin's Hall to return that third gear. If anybody knows how much is left for ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕠, at least for the dwarven side of things mostly, let me know. But yeah, there's a couple more quests in here involving that Lynx Cub here that we're gonna do as well, so yeah. I see a few guys use a glass teapot, but most with the traditional Jixing or Janshui teapot. They tend to vary. They tend to vary.
How can
But
I
you
be
can
of
sort of
service?
tell. You can sort of tell when you know about this. When you learn which ones know what they're selling and which ones don't, and are just selling like stock that they got or whatever. Elves and dwarves living as neighbors in ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕤𝕒 is worse than keeping a lynx kitten and a wolf pup in the same house. And I hope you don't take offense at my saying so. In the interest of maintaining peace in ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟, I will respect Matthie's stout hand's wishes and arrange for the rescue of Avorthal. I do not want to bear the burden of our rescue ending in failure, but our ranger does not have the luxury of refusing charges such as this one. If I were to refuse, Avorthal's life would be forfeit, and so too would be peace in ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟. I will organize the attempt if you will help me.
Stay a moment.
Rumor of Avortal's capture has come to me. Mathie's fears have merit. The elves of Duilon remember the treachery of Skorgrim Daurhan 600 years ago, and do not easily recognize the difference between dwarves. The short reign of Thrain and his son Thorin in ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟 was marked by a grudging peace only because their folk kept to themselves and did not trouble the elves. Very well. I will help you to rescue Avorthal and hopefully avert the war. In these darkening times, strife between the enemies of Mordor can only serve to aid the Dark Lord. This rescue will not be easy. Return to me when you are ready to depart for the Daurhan camp. Let's synchronize the stable master first.
I am at your service.
Already synchronized from the looks of it. Okay. And we're gonna do this, and I think this is the instance that pretty much ends the main storyline here in ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟. After this is the road to Breland, but we still have many other quests to do. I found a Yixing teapot at a consignment store that sells people's goods. They didn't have a price on it or know what it was made of, so the lady went, $10? I assume you mean dollars there? It's definitely being used since the smell of past teas is really strong. I don't think I can use it for any others without knowing for certain what was brewed in it. There's gotta be a way to remove the smell, right? Although, well, yeah, I actually don't know how to properly wash some of these things sometimes. I try not to use any... I just use water for the most part. But I don't have any smell on any of my teapots, and I prepared all sorts of different teas in it. The thing is, I never have any scented teas in there. It's always teas that are pure. They will have scent of their own, but it's not gonna be like something strong like additional scented teas like Earl Grey or something like that. It's a very different story with that. You don't want to be using those teas for those sorts of teaware in general.
Greetings.
This will be a difficult task. I will guide you to the place that I believe Avorthal is being held. We will no doubt have to fight our way through a gauntlet of sturdy Daurhan warriors. We must watch each other's backs lest we fall. Are you ready to leave? Let's travel now, Langlass.
The Ranger Langlass prepares to mount an effort to rescue the elf prince Avorthal from the clutches of the treacherous Daurhan.
I am ready. Hurrah! That's this thing with Jixing clay. They preserve the flavor of whatever tea they're often brewed with, making your next brews more flavorful and tasty. That hasn't happened so far with the one I have, and I think it's a Jixing sort of teapot. If I'm picturing the thing that I think you're talking about, it's like a little one made of clay. Yeah, it's the one I have is definitely made of clay. I only have one, but I only need the one. And I also have these very little cups as well that are made of the same material. Sometimes I use them when I use it, sometimes I don't.
We must hurry.
Can be used for gong fu. Sometimes I use a guy one I have. It varies. We should proceed without delay. Together, we may defeat the Daurhans and rescue Avorthal. Without delay, Langlass. You have my fist. You have my knees. You know, they offer swords, axes, bows. I offer just my fists. Well, a little bit of my knees as well. As I gain more skills, maybe some kicks. Some roundhouse kicks to the head or something like that. Bring it on. Great strikes over and over like that. I mean, Langlass can defend himself well too. I shouldn't get too crazy with it though. I gotta watch out for my health too. Let me consume those cooked carrots right now. One moment, I thought I heard something up ahead. Good timing. Alright, here comes the next fight. I have my AoE with me, that works out. Beautiful fighting. Fist fighting. Bare knuckle boxing. Well, my knuckles are not bare. I'm wearing gauntlets.
They know we
Fist fighting brawler boxer. They know we are here now. The fighting will be worse up ahead. Now, it is time to go. Careful now, we are moving deeper into their camp. We'll be fine, Langlass, you and I are good warriors. Bow, arrows, and fists. Arms and legs. Why are you using a sword? Do your arms and legs don't work? Don't you have arms and legs? Why are you using a weapon? The same energy as like, why are you running? Why are you running? Unfortunately, this makes the strength its weakness. If you brew something else, you screw up the taste of your next tea of a different flavor. That's what I want to avoid, honestly. Let us pause and get our bearings lest we are caught unawares. Oh yeah, because here comes a big battle. Good thing I have this AoE, right? Let's go. So fast, so quick. High damage that you do with that. Really good stuff. I have a champion character as well that's probably similar in terms of damage dealing and wearing heavy armor. But I didn't play much with him. It's my stout axe. It's my stout axe dwarf. That's maybe the class I play with the least. Bjorning, yeah, those two probably. Bjorning, we're having a little bit of lag here, I think. Bjorning and champion, I think. Or at least they're the ones I remember the least from the gameplay I did before with them. Sometimes, let us hold here. I sense we are near the end of our pursuit. We will need all of our strength for the coming battle, I fear. Sometimes there are ways to wash tea where you use like vinegar or I don't remember what else was suggested to me once. But it depends on the teaware because some of them you don't want to be doing that because you may damage the teaware itself or the way it just captures flavors. Most of the teaware I have, I washed in a way using very minimal detergent or not detergent, sorry, whatever it's called. I forget what you use to wash dishes, but or just even with just water somehow. I still try to wash it in a way that I don't use a dishwasher for them, by the way. No dishwasher for any of my teaware whatsoever. I don't even know if any of them are dishwasher friendly, but nothing. I don't even try it. I don't even try it. But yeah. Like, I don't know, maybe I wash them in a way that even with just water, I take away the flavor. I make sure I take away the flavor.
You are a boon, companion.
This has been a long and dangerous trek, but I am glad to have had you at my side throughout it all. Come now, let us end this. Yosh! Genkai batoru tatatsukete kisutsu itate injanai. You! Deliver Avortal up to us or face the consequences. Fool! Did you think we would keep him here? Avortal has already been taken to ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕤𝕠𝕟. He will die, you will die, all our foes will die. How Skorgren will reward me when I bring him your heads. Right, I forgot that this takes us to ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕠𝕟 as well. There's still much more to do over there. Come, my pets! I will not save you. Didn't even get to summon the ads. There you go. There you go. The problem I face is that I'm the only one drinking the tea, so it feels wrong that I would spend a lot on the tea tray, place where tea blends, and even a tea frame just for myself. No, no, Dapper, no. I see where you're coming from, but never feel that way. I bought all of that stuff, although there's still some things I'm missing. I've never bought my tea tray. I've never bought myself a tea tray nor a tea friend. Just, yeah, it does seem like a lot of money. But I have bought everything else from the Gong Fu style of tea brewing. The Guy one. I have this awesome one. I recommend Mayleaf. Mayleaf.com, and their YouTube channel is also really good if you don't know it already. We did have a stream where we watched a bunch of videos from that channel the other day, and it was great. They have this brewer decanter. It may be sold out right now. I'm not sure if it's available at the moment, but if you can find a brewer decanter that's done like that, it makes your Gong Fu sessions a lot easier. You just need a mug or even a cup, whatever. That's about like at least 200 milliliters, and just that thing, and there you go. You can use it in the office, they even say, right? Yeah, I have used it. Not in the office, but when on a previous home office job, where I was like on phone calls all the time, I was able to still use it like that, without having my attention taken too much away from it. As long as I also had a timer, because in Gong Fu style, you only do it for a few seconds most of the time. So there's that to consider. But yeah. For the other teaware, yeah, the Guy wants some cups. Very small cups of like less than 100 milliliters, some of them. And matcha teaware, the mate teaware. Well, yerba mate, technically not a tea, but it's kind of on the same category, right? And a bunch of other things I'm forgetting right now. But what I don't have yet is a tray. And a nice tea friend. I'm hoping to get that eventually, though.
Our efforts were
But I mean, I also have big teapots that are like one liter for like Western style of tea brewing. That is like synonymous with England, for example. I do that a lot of the time when I'm streaming. Today I'm drinking mate, but a lot of the time I actually have a tea like that when I'm streaming. You know, today I'm having Earl Grey, today I'm having Ceylon Black. I say that a lot of the time. And that's all for myself. That's all for me. I'm the only one. I'm the only one. And it's okay. It's okay, that all things considered still. This has been a waste of time and blood, neither of which we can afford. Let us discuss our possible paths back at the lodge.
How can I be of service?
Hurry, we must return.
What do you need?
This is certainly distressing news. It appears the Dour Hands were one step ahead of us all this while. Oh well, I suppose we must follow their trail. ℂ𝕠𝕟𝕤 is the center of Dour Hand power, the last remaining town in ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕟 which they control. Conflict will not be easily avoided there. Langlass leggings, that's a good one.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Let's equip that before I forget. They have a Kyushu as well, but are they normally somewhat small? What is a Kyushu? Let me look it up quickly. Let me see. Oh, Kyushu. I think they are... Well, they're not... They're one of those pieces of teaware. I don't have one of those. I should get myself one of those, yeah. Yeah, those are Japanese, not Chinese things. Yeah, I need to get myself one of those. But yeah, I normally see them be small. Sometimes you get 200 milliliters, and I have seen ones that go up to like 400 too, but... No, the biggest one is maybe 400, but yeah. Oh man, yeah, I need to use one of those. We must not delay, Brofast. We must rescue Avortal from the Dour Hands before they are able to set sail. The Dour Hands control the port city of ℂ𝕠𝕟 to the east, and the ship they plan to carry Avortal is surely docked there. ℂ𝕠𝕟 is defended by a score of Dour Hands, and it is a position of great strength. We cannot hope to attack it directly. If we are to have any hope of rescuing Avortal from ℂ𝕠𝕟, we will need the help of one who knows the city. I know a dwarf, a longbeard named Svanner, who was harbor master of the port before the Dour Hands captured the city. You will find him to the east of here, not far from ℂ𝕠𝕟. So, once again we return there. Svanner was there, we encountered him because of the other quests we did there too, right? And speaking of other quests, we have a lot of other stuff in here as well.
Might I take a moment of your time?
But I think this is a great point in which to pause our story for today. I could maybe finish it if I went for longer today, but there are other things I want to do as well today. Some other work that I'm doing behind the scenes that we may see soon, and I want to work on that too. So before we raid someone, we're gonna direct another raid to somebody else.
Since mine is 300 milliliters, yeah, that is a little bit big for these kinds of tea wares, but it works out. It works out. The Yixing teapot I have is about 250 maybe, I don't remember. And the guy one I only have one of each, is 100 milliliters or so. So yeah. Yeah, Dapper, thanks for the LOTRO and tea time talking, energy drink, coffee talking even. But here we are, so LOTRO today, Final Fantasy Friday, tomorrow with Final Fantasy XIV. You want more of MMO style gameplay? You can't go wrong with Final Fantasy XIV. I've fallen in love with that game because I've only recently started playing it. So we'll continue with main story quests, much like what we were doing today. Early game main story quests, and well, in the case of FF14, I'm focusing more on those main quests right there. And then some Genshin on Saturday, like that. Stay tuned to my Twitter and Discord for the announcements of when I go live and all that. But there's the time zones right there. It's UTC GMT -5. On Eastern time is 3 p.m. On Central time is 2 p.m. Pacific time is 12 p.m. But yeah, just convert it to your time zone and all that. Let's see who we can raid or host right now. We can raid and host, pardon me. That's what I meant to say. Who's streaming right now? I may do some recommendations as well, but let me have a look. Perhaps somebody streaming LOTRO 2, perhaps another VTuber, perhaps a different game. Not sure who to raid today. Okay, so we're gonna switch it over to Final Fantasy XIV, which is what we're gonna have tomorrow. Astrally, she's back in FF14 because she's been streaming a lot of Final Fantasy VII Remake as of late. I think she has a collab with other people there. It seems there are other people with her. And well, Astrally has all my star purple vibes with her a lot. So, if you want to participate in the raid with the chat, feel free to copy and paste either version of the raid message right there. Thank you once again for the couple raids we had here, for the follows, and any way you supported the stream, lurking, all the chatting. It's been so lovely today, and I hope to see you all again in some way or another. Remember the plans that we have for this week. Whichever way I see you next, Maniacs, let's raid right now, and I will see you round.